What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I've been live for, I don't know, a little while. I was kind of bored this morning. Thought, fuck, I'll go live and shoot the shit with everybody. See what everybody's doing. Roll a joint. I was watching some different YouTube videos this morning, checking out people's grows. Yeah, well, you know how that goes. I don't want to offend anybody, so I won't. So, how's everybody going? Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. It's just, rinse and repeat. I try to do the best that I can do with the very minimal. Like nobody needs a $20,000 grow room in their house to grow a few pounds a week. You don't have to do that. You can start very, 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 very small and knock it out of the park. You really can. Yeah, that's good. All right. I just finished my cup of coffee. Like I said, I was watching some videos. And, the last one I watched was The Well-Rounded Novice. And I can tell you that he's got a nice room, nice big room, nice equipment. And, well, that's pretty much all I can say about that. I don't even care about the plants that he has. The upsetting part for me is the comment section. Because when you look at somebody growing like that, and then you look at the comments, and you see everybody in the comments saying, great job, oh my gosh, they're looking so, like either one or two things. Either they're just fluffing the guy and laughing at him behind his back, or they don't know any better themselves. And if that's the case, it's too bad. It's really too bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad, Mikey. And I don't want to, I'm trying not to go, I don't want to bash people. I really don't. But I think there's a lot of people that could use help. And the only thing I can think of as far as helping these people, and unfortunately, I have to go to a on the paying side. Like if people want the information, they want to learn how to grow. The only way that I feel they're going to take it serious is if I charge them money. I mean, Otherwise, people just don't take it serious. I mean, and this is really, really easy to do. Um, yeah, you can spend all the money you want. That doesn't mean you're going to grow quality cannabis, and lots of it. I mean, there's little techniques and things that you really should learn that before you spend so much money on a grower. Um, Look, the next guy I'm going to talk about, I I like the guy. I like his grow style. There's nothing, you know. But what I really like about the guy is he's honest. He gives you real numbers. Are the numbers that great? It's debatable, in my opinion. But he gives you true numbers. I like Diesel Junkie. Diesel Junkie, I think, is a good guy. He he knows how to grow, and I mean, let's face it, he does a quick flip. So I mean, I'm already a fan just of that. But once you start growing good and you start doing this over and over and over, one after another, one after another, you really do need to start worrying about efficiency. You know, he told me numbers yesterday, and I've been racking my, I'm not gonna lie, I've been racking my brain all night about it because something just doesn't seem right. Um, I'd like to see him pull more weight than what he's pulling for what he's using, and that's where it comes down to the efficiency part, right? Um, I think he said 2,300 watts, and he did 5 3/4 pounds. Yeah, I'd like to have a conversation with him. I'd like to just have a private conversation with him because something just doesn't seem right. Something, I mean, 2,300 watts, 5 3/4 pounds with CO2. Something's, and he spent $600 in nutrients. I- Something just doesn't seem right. Yeah, with CO2. Um, Something just doesn't. That just for me that seems. Well, I guess we can do the math real quick. How much is in a pound? 454 or something. 445. What? I don't know if I this up right off the bat. Um, what's the number, guys? What? How much is? How many grams are in a pound? Four. 440 something. Isn't it? Well, and I'm not bashing on Simpro, but but nutrients is nutrients, and there is no fucking way I'm spending $600 in one run. You know, there's no way. No way. Oh, okay. That's right. I was doing math. So it would be 448. Is that what it is? Okay. 448 times 5. And then 3/4 of it. Let's just say 3/4. Right. Would be. Let's just round it up. Fuck it. We'll just round it to 6 pounds. 448 times 6. 2688. So 2688 grams off of 2300. That's just barely over a gram a watt. You're on it. You're on it today. Okay, let's do it. We'll do it exactly. 448 times 5 equals boom. Plus 336 plus 336. That's 2576. 2,576 grams from 2,300 watts and CO2. So with CO2, he got just over a gram a watt. Yeah, well, I'd like to talk to him and figure out what's going on. Something doesn't seem right. Something must have happened. He was using Athena, and I think he switched it. Well, I mean, $600 just in nutrients. That's not including CO2 and the power and all of that. Like, that's why I'm like, something doesn't. Something's off. Something's got to be off. What up, ADHD? Yeah, that's 1.12 grams per watt. Motherfucker. Text his wife. Grow more. What's it? Grow more nutrients. Yeah, no. Oh, at one time he was. Yeah, I think he at one time he was doing. He might have been doing the Earth boxes, and then I think he went to Athena, and then I think he went to Synbro. Look, guys, the nutrients are nutrients. Sure, it might be a little bit different the way they blend it. And sure, you might, with the powdered nutrients, you might be able to add a little extra things like the microbes and all that right to the powder, but that doesn't mean it's going to be cheaper or that doesn't mean it's going to be better. You know, I watched Creative Show last night with the Simpro guy. I don't necessarily agree with some of the techniques he was talking about, but you know, we don't always have to agree. um, to make a claim that your nutrients is going to make weed taste better than any other nutrients does is funny to me because how does the nutrients affect the way it tastes? You know, realistically, if it's a healthy plant, whatever strain it is going to determine what you know. If you grew it healthy, you grew it, you know, good all the way through. I mean, it's only going to taste to its best, you know, potential of what the strain is. Like if your nutrients is influencing the taste in the end, I'd be wondering what's in the fucking nutrients. I'll be wondering what I'm smoking. You know, or did you hear at me? I'm paying you for good feedback. Oh, you're paying for good feedback? Well, fuck, where's my money? It's funny. I mean, I like the idea of Simpro just because, it's almost like an all in one. I mean, he also said something about it's salts, but it's salts with organics. I don't, I don't even really care about that because again, organic salts, it's all nutrients. One takes time to break down. The other one's available to the plant right away. Like I don't, nitrogen is nitrogen. Phosphorus is phosphorus. Get a nutrient line that you like, learn how to use it. You might have to tweak it a little bit, but again, to say, oh man, I know someone that used to grow with Athena and now they grow with Simpro, uh, and their weed just tastes way better now that they're using. I mean, what? I mean, there's a lot of variables that can come into that. So maybe the guy's a better grower now. Maybe the guy's grown a better strain now. Maybe I mean, I could maybe all day. Like, am I going to give it 100% to the nutrients? No, 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 no. Oh shit, who's saying that? That's fucking ridiculous. I haven't heard that yet. You must be rich because you gave your shit to everybody. Holy fuck. You know, the problem is everybody quickly forgets how Cav gave away all these genetics, just giving everybody, you know, all these beans. And a lot of times paying the shipping to do it. No. He had one strain that happened to be fucked up, hence their tester beans. So people had one strain that fucking hurt. Whoop de fucking do. So now that's what it is. Like, come on now. Get out of here. Again, no matter what you're fucking growing, feminized or regulars. Regulars, you're looking for males to pull. Feminized, you're looking for herms to pull. It happens both ways. Like, to think one's been, oh, I'm not growing a feminized because I'm worried about herms. Yeah, but you're growing regulars and you're going to worry about males. So, I mean, who cares? You know? What up, creative? I was just talking a little bit about Simpro. I don't know a lot about it, but I do have a hard time believing that Simpro is going to make your weed taste better. I think that's one of the things the guy was saying last night. I don't buy that a certain nutrients is going to make your weed taste better. You could use the most expensive nutrients out there and end up boofing it in the dry and the cure. I mean, like, maybe. I don't know. Not if it's at the price that it's at. No, that's my thing. Like, I understand he said it's dropping in price like almost 50% or something. But again, my first thought, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but my first thought is, ooh, you got to drop your nutrients 50%. If it was so great, nobody'd have a problem paying the price, right? Why is it got to drop almost 50%? I don't understand that. Maybe they're different packaging. I don't know. I don't know. But most shit's going up. So I can appreciate that they're dropping the price, but if it's so great, why would they drop the price? I mean, eventually I will use it. I just got so much Athena. I like the idea of more of an all-in-one powder, but that doesn't mean I necessarily agree with the claims that are being claimed. You know. Oh, I got Athena. I got a lot of Athena. Yeah. Why would I use Athena? Well, let's see. Athena gave it to me for free. Athena was like, you know what? We're so confident in our product. We're not going to drop the price. We're going to give it away to a lot of people. It's all I want people prefer, I guess. I mean, like I say, I like the idea of Simbro just because it's a more of an all-in-one. You don't have to mix so many bottles and stuff. But does Simbro make your weed taste better? I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that at all. Does it make you grow more weed? No, it doesn't do that either. Because if that was the case, then Diesel Junkie spending $600 on his one grow, you would have got a lot more weed than he did, right? Again, I'm not busting on Diesel Junkie. I'd like to talk to him because I'd like to figure out. I mean, he should be getting more, definitely. What's up, John? Can you not hear me? They voted Lola Psychosis 2025 weed for the year. Somebody's fucking fluffing. I mean, we're like in what, the 5th month of the year, so there's 7 months to go. I haven't tried it, but why is it too soon to call? Yeah, way too soon to call. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, they're just fucking with you. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like to give it all up to like a certain thing. Like, oh my God, once I switched to these nutrients, yeah, my whole thing changed. And it was like, oh, you probably got to be a better grower. You know what I mean? Like, you're probably a little bit better. Maybe the strain you're growing now is a little bit better. You know, like, I mean, give yourself the credit at least. You know, don't give it to a piece of equipment. Don't give it to nutrients. I'd rather say, yeah, I switched nutrients, but I got to be a better grower too. So that's probably, you know, like, have a little more confidence in yourself. That's creative. I was hoping you'd pop up. What up, buddy? No,
you know, the biggest non-sponsored Simpro user out there.
No, I don't know much about sponsors.
No, they got sponsored people and shit. I tried to do a promo code. I don't like
you're not into
for
that
people.
shit. Yeah,
I'm not. I don't like making money for other people. But if you got a good product, or if I like what you got going on, I'm gonna advocate for you.
I think Simpro's good on the fact, like I said, I would use it just for the simple fact of the ease, you know, of it.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. If you're not a good grower, like you're not really good at it, it's probably make your weed taste better, bro. Because you've probably been fucking up your grows
absolutely
for a long time. That's the only reason why I think that I don't know if you did a side by side if it would make it taste better. But I will say I think you can get there easier. And that's why the probability is higher that you'll have better weed if you suck at growing. But that's the only thing I wanted to say. That was my caveat.
Sure.
Like, I don't think what he was saying is incorrect. I don't really think it's a stretch imagination either, but it only fits in certain places. Not everybody's going to have a better grow with it. Not everybody's going to have better tasting weed with it. All these things. But if you're like me and you're not very good at the nutrient game, like I wasn't very good, it leveled me up. You know, it leveled me up.
Because it's all in one spot. Oh, where'd you go, John? I was just fixing to bring you on. Come back up. John, come back up.
Sometimes it takes crop a few minutes to notice you're backstage.
Yeah. I was just getting ready to put him full screen.
Man. Yeah. No, I totally know what you mean. I but it's like I don't know, you just gotta try it, bro. It's one of those things I just can't even say it enough. You just gotta try it. And after you try it, you can.
I know you wanted to show your grow last night, John. So go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Right on.
What's this? Looks like strawberry cough.
No, it's California snow.
It's got some crazy leaves that look like strawberry coffee leaves.
Yeah, they do.
I noticed leaves like that fucking from anywhere.
Yeah.
What is there? I mean, the taco and the little spots on it. Right, you see how it's doing that?
Yeah,
What's causing it?
could be a couple of things. What do you think, Crop? Could be the wind, probably. I don't know.
Yeah,
What do you think?
you could. I mean, what is your major issue with this? What do you? I'm not.
Look at the tacoing on the leaf. But look how much air he has hitting the plant right now, though.
Should I turn the air down?
Yeah, that's kind of a lot of air nonstop on it.
Okay.
Or just move it. Like just roll it to the side a little bit, so it's hitting the wall and bouncing. Hitting somewhere first and then bringing the air back instead of just blowing right on the plant.
Straight on the plant. Okay.
Yeah, because imagine the plant is kind of like your skin. It's kind of it can dry out. The skin of the leaves and everything can dry out.
It can get cooler, right? Like,
oh yeah,
depending on what your little area there, what the temperatures are. Anytime you blow a fan, even if it's not a cold fan, you make it colder, right? Like when it's hot in your house and you just throw a fan blowing on you, you automatically start feeling cooler. You're like, oh yeah, okay, good. You can be doing that same thing with the plant. What's the temperature in your little area right there?
Right now it's 68, but I got my light down because I turned the light down so the temperature went down. It's 68.
Yeah, that's pretty cold. That's
But it's normally about 75.
Okay, that's definitely better. The ambient temperature being 75 is not going to be the plant temperature though. So when it's 75 in there and you blow a fan on it, you really cool the plant down, and the plant kind of goes, ooh, like, ooh, I'm cold. I'm getting cold. I'm like, ooh, I'm chilly.
All right. Yeah, no doubt, man. I just needed a few.
I mean, they don't look that bad, really.
No.
I mean, they're nice and green.
Fat leaf.
You got big leaves. How often do you water that?
Man, I water. I spray it. I water it 3 to 4 days.
Every 3 to 4 days. Yeah, that's about right.
So I got a question. What's up with the can that thing on the left, the piece of furniture come out of there?
Oh, this? No,
Yeah.
I don't know. This is just my closet, man. I had to turn into my little thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's built into it.
Yeah, it's just built into it.
Oh, okay.
It give me more space, but
yeah, I was just curious. I was gonna say if that thing can move, it might help for your floor space, but it can't move. So.
Now those other pots there, are those autoflowers?
Yeah, these ones here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, just be careful on your watering, because those are small plants in a big pot. It's really easy to overwater those. And what I mean by that is staying wet too long. Try to, with an autoflower, yeah, you're good. But I mean, with an autoflower, try to remember how big that root base is. So that way, when you go to water, you can water for the root base, not the whole pot.
So it's spreading out over the sides.
Yeah. See that one there, every 4 days, 4 or 5 days, you should be able to fully saturate the pot and then walk away.
Right.
I mean, that's an easy one. But the littler plants, when they're in a big pot, if you fully saturate it, it stays wet too long, which is an overwatering issue. You just got to be careful with that.
Okay.
With autoflowers being in big pots, you got to try to water the plant, not the pot.
Right, I understand that.
Yeah. I mean, you look like you're doing all right.
Yeah, I wish I had more plants, man. I work all the time, and it's just I got into it pretty heavy, and then sometimes I'm just in and out of it, man.
That's why if you ain't got a lot of time to spend, I always recommend soil, and that's just because you can go longer. Like that plant right there, 4 or 5 days, you don't have to mess with it.
Coast of Maine and Mother's Earth. But yeah, I just wanted to show you.
Yeah, no, you're doing all right. I would just watch your temps and yeah, just make sure you're not overwatering. Looks good. Looks like you've topped it. Did you top it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got your little top.
Before I be honest with you, before I come up, I took it off the thing. I bent it over. I had it bent over, but then you know what I'm saying? I didn't want anybody clown on me, so I took it off.
Hold on.
Well,
You didn't want no one to clown on you.
The
What do you
thing
mean?
is about, because I know what he did. He just had a longer leg on it at the top, right?
Yeah.
So he was bending it over. Well, when you do that, you're not really doing a whole lot because it just bends right back up. And
Yeah. See?
in order to stop the apical growth from shooting to that main top, you have to take it. That way you allow the energy to spread to the lower. And the earlier you can do that, the better, because then you're going to have all the lower branches up at the top and being even, like right away.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great top because a lot of people take way too much branch at a time and it stunts the plant for a second.
Well, the only time you really want to take more
Perfect.
than one, in my opinion, the only time you really want to take more than one or two nodes is when you're going to take it as a clone at the top.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just pinch it. Just pinch the top out.
You know what I'm talking about though? When like people will show like a foot tall plant and they'll be like, I'm going to top it. And they cut like 6 inches off the plant to top it. I'm like, bro, you should have topped it like a month ago. Fuck.
Right. You let it go too long before you.
This is 30. This is like 32 days.
All right. That's not bad. I mean, you're on your way. I mean, all you're doing now, like when you're in the beginning, you're just learning your little steps. You know, you're going to finish. You're going to get some weed. Is it going to be the best? Not when you're new, probably. But what you're learning is you're learning how to water. You're learning how to train. You're learning, you know, your temperatures and stuff like that for your little space. You know, you're learning that thing. And it might take a grow or two to learn that, you know, and that's okay. You know, that's okay. As long as you're always moving forward and you're not getting caught up with some of this weird information that's on YouTube and start going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Well said, man. Thank you very much.
Thanks for showing us. You know?
Yeah, brother. Appreciate the help, man.
No, anytime, brother.
Have a blessed day, Crop.
You too, buddy.
Man.
And that's it. That's all it's about, right? It's about just trying to give little. I don't need to tell you everything in one shot. Let's just work through a couple things, and then, you know, you'll learn. You'll learn.
Every time I see people who got like, you know, like they got a 9 to 5 where they got to leave the house, and but they want to grow and stuff. I see like stuff like that. Like they might have a plant or two here and there, and every now and then they get a harvest and stuff. I think about, you know, the situation I'm in. I'm so fucking spoiled, dude, and grateful to be able to grow like I do. Because there was a time when I couldn't at first. When like 5 years ago, I didn't have the ability to do what I do now. And it took me to lever myself into where I'm at. So if you ever can get into a position where you can, you know, take your grow more seriously, it adds a lot of value to your life. I know it costs a little bit of money, but it's better than spending money on alcohol and cigarettes and all that shit.
Well, and let's be honest. Let's go back to the medical side of it. If you could grow your own medicine at home and stop having to take a pill or something that you're normally taking, that in the long run is going to be better for your health. You know, there's nothing in pills that are good for you.
Nope. I mean, acetaminophen kind of is, you know, a holy grail every now and then when you need it.
When you need it, absolutely. But like some people are having to take a medication daily, you know, 2 times a day. And it's like, man, if you could grow good weed, you could probably cut that out. Even if you could cut it out down to 1 time a day, and then cut it down to where it's no times a day. I mean, I've seen a lot of people get off of pills alone just from weed.
Bro, I'm one of those people. I'll literally go through pain before I'll take even ibuprofen or
So do
acid. I hate taking pills, bro.
So do I. My guts are fucked up.
Hatred.
So pills and shit, they just fuck my guts up. Oh man.
Yeah, so it's different for you. It's medical for you. It's like, so like you don't do it because of physical reasons. I don't do it because I legitimately hate pills.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking demon.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I know.
I hate pills, bro. I've seen people die on pills. OD.
Yeah, quick on pills.
Bro, I've seen someone take 2 Xanax, boop, boop, 2 bars, and I said, that's not going to go over well. And they said, I'm good. I pop like 10 a day sometimes. And I'm just thinking like, well, those probably got fentanyl in them though. You know, so you might,
horrible.
You know.
That's 10 a day.
Bro, people do that where I'm from. They would take fentanyl laced Xanax.
That's so hard on your kidneys and your liver and all your filters of your body. That's just rough.
Bro, I took a Xanax one time and allegedly robbed my homeboy at gunpoint, allegedly, and then left his house after I robbed him of his guns and everything, and then got into a car wreck, totaled my Jeep across a bunch of traffic. I had a real nice Jeep, and it was a wild night. Went to jail. Don't remember any of it. People had to tell me everything that happened.
When I was younger, I was in a car accident, and they put me on morphine. And ever since then, that was the worst fucking experience. To come off of morphine it was rough. And so after that, I've always been like, fuck that. Fuck pills. You know, they're not good on my stomach. I think they're the fucking devil.
Yeah. Exactly. So like when I was working on my truck, you know, I swapped my motor out I don't know, a month ago. Well, I have a hard time standing up for long periods of time. I'll go into sciatic pain that's like, I don't know how to explain it. It goes from 0 to like 100 real quick. And it's almost, you can't even think about anything but the pain or move, let alone move right. So it's like a pretty bad injury, but it takes a little bit for it to get warmed up and start hurting. So I was taking acetaminophen every day while I was working on my truck because I had to stand the whole time.
Yeah.
That's just fucking not good. I had to.
Mm-hmm.
I had to. Like every 4 hours, I'm looking at the bottle like, dude.
I have that same. I got back issues. So it's like, it sucks because when you stand up, your fucking sciatic nerve just kills. And then when I sit down, it fucking pinches and kills. But then my legs go numb. And it's like, fuck, I hate it.
Yeah, mine's from a back injury. And it created sciatica, and it was bad. It's getting a little bit better, but it's just, I can't, like if I went to an event, a weed event, I can't walk around and have a good attitude because if I start standing up and walking, it's just like standing up, and I'll get into a lot of pain, and I'll get mad, and I want to leave.
Like if I'm on my feet for too long, I almost like I'm better off if I just don't sit down. Because once I sit down after that, I'm fucking broke. I feel just crippled. So it's like, and that could just be standing up, transplanting plants and shit like that.
Brushing your teeth, taking a shower.
Anything. You never know.
Taking a
piss. Wrong. Right. You shit fucking wrong. Like, getting old
I wake up in the morning. People don't realize what I go through every day, right? But I really do have a major injury. Like I wake up in the morning and I have to hobble down the stairs. To take a piss, I got to bend my knees. I can't stand straight up and down, or my whole leg will start shaking real bad to the point where I almost can't stand up because it hurts. So, like, in the mornings are really bad. Like, I go through all that shit, but I'm really good at it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't affect my attitude, so I'm able to go up and down, up and down.
It's almost just
something you go through.
Normal. It becomes normal, and then you just do it. You don't say much about it. You just deal with it.
Yeah, fuck it. Because a lot of people have injuries, and my grandma's had sciatica for like 20 years. She has problems like that, been having problems like that for 20 years. So I see it's a thing, so I'm like, it's not going to affect my attitude or my life.
Well, and that's the thing, right, John? I've always been what I consider a goon. Like, I've done a lot of construction work. I've done a lot of, furniture moving. I've done a lot of
And,
boats and things like that.
and
So,
you're a big dude.
so I've always been a goon. So you end up getting all the goon work, and you know, people tell you when you're younger, oh, make sure you fucking protect yourself. You know, careful your back, this, that, and you don't listen. And then later on in life, you're like, fuck, I wish I would have, you know, maybe did some better schooling and maybe got an office job somewhere. Like, fuck.
These are all facts, so it's crazy. But I think just having a positive attitude about it, though, is the main thing that helps. Can't do much else outside of that.
Yeah, I mean, you just deal with it, right? Like you could live around, you can live miserable every day, or you can just look to the positives and move forward and just try to.
Yeah, look how much I mountain bike and shit. Like,
Right.
I can't stand up and I can't walk. So how the fuck do I get where I'm going to go on my bike? When I'm on my bike, it's not the same thing because I have support for my back. So when I'm holding the handlebars, I don't get the same sciatic pain. So when I'm on the handlebars, say I'm walking my bike, it's kind of like having a walker in front of you. So if I have to walk up a hill on my bike, it does hurt, but it doesn't get worse and worse and worse and worse because I have support for my back with the bike. So I'm lucky I get away with doing something I like to do, or else I just wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, I've never had a sit-down job. That sounds funny, right? Could you imagine?
Sit-down job?
No, I was always the big guy. So it was like, oh, hey, come here. Grab, you know, like fucking lift this or fucking carry that or, you know. So I just fucked my back up over the years. But I mean, I'm not going to sit around and complain about it. Like, there's people that are worse off than me. Some people are in wheelchairs. So, I mean, I can still walk. So. Oh, that's cool.
I just don't like saying shit. I don't like people feeling sorry for me.
And the wife's always like, oh, did you take ibuprofen? I'm like, no, you know, I don't fucking take that shit unless I absolutely have to.
I got pain every day. What am I going to take pills for every day? Are you kidding me? I'll take them when I need to. Like if I absolutely have to. Like if I got to do something where I have to be standing up, that day I'm not seeing a benefit with me. I'm ready. But every other day, like fuck that. Like I know I got pain forever, or I got pain for a long, long, long time. So I'm not going to pick habits that go along with it that aren't good habits.
Right.
Like taking pills every day is not a good habit, bro.
No.
If you can't, like if you're in so much pain you have to, there's no way around it. Because some people do have that pain.
I mean, yeah, and some people have to take, you know, whatever pills, you know, for whatever. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, because if you have to, you have to. But if you can work cannabis into your life into a way that you're able to use it as a medicine versus pharmaceutical medicine, I say do it. You know, like if that means you got to have RSO, if that means, you know, whatever it takes, you know, more natural approach is going to be better for your body in the long run.
Yep. Definitely. My grandma used to go, you smoke a lot of weed, because I would go where they live, like way in the Midwest. And then I'd smoke a lot of weed while I was there. Even though it's her house and everything, I like go outside and smoke in the backyard. Mm-hmm. And some of my cousins and family were like, bro, I can't believe she even lets you smoke, because she's totally against stuff like that. It's prohibitionary. And I'm like, no, me and my grandma have talked. She knows I have to smoke.
I think your grandma understands what's going on.
Yeah. She knows what's up. I'm a fucking psycho. I'm psychotic, and weed helps me.
Well, and everybody's against drug addicts, right?
Yeah.
There's a difference between a drug addict that has to have it just for the chemical stimulation versus someone that uses it to help them function in their daily life. You know, like people would hate me if I didn't smoke weed. Like I would just be miserable. I'd be in pain, and I get a lot of fucking migraine headaches, and for me, weed helps me. That's why I started weed back in the day. That's why sometimes it gets frustrating when you hear people talk about weed, and it's like nobody talks about it being a medicine anymore. You know, when we first were getting our medical cards, it was all about the medical. As soon as it started going recreational everywhere, nobody talks about the medical side of it anymore. I mean,
yeah, weed's very medicinal for me. Like I use it now too for pain relief, but the main reason I smoke is I got ADHD and I got like borderline ADHD, ADD, where Ritalin and the other pills that they can give you don't affect my body right. They make me like high on meth feeling, which is not how somebody with ADD responds to meds like that. So I'm like borderline, and I got really hardcore hypertension. So it makes my brain weird. You know what I mean? I get emotionally attached to everything really quick, and I'm all over the fucking board. A wreck emotionally.
yeah,
So
right.
then when I smoke weed, I'm super balanced. It's like taking the right med for me. It's hard to explain.
No, I understand it because I grew up in the era of they said attention deficit disorder. That's what they used to call it when it was actually they call it ADHD now. You know, like I have adult ADHD and anxiety, really bad anxiety. I have major issues being in big crowds, shit like that, because of my post-traumatic stress disorder. Unfortunately, I've got to watch everything that's going on. I notice everything going on around me. So when there's large groups of people, there's a lot of shit to fucking pay attention to. And it just scatters my brain. You know, like my brain
But
is
if you smoke weed,
overtime. Yes.
If you smoke weed and you go in the same crowd, what happens?
It mellows me out. I'm able to tolerate things. I don't have to worry about certain things. It puts me at ease.
Yep, me too. Some people will say you're using it as a crutch, but you have to be around somebody like that, and you'll be like, oh, you're kind of manic, bud. Like, I get it. That's why you use weed. Like, you can't tell somebody is really fucked up that you're just using weed just to, get over, little things. Like, bro, I don't know. You ain't seen me sober and seen me react. I'm like, it's not. I'll throw my whole life away over stupid shit.
All I can say is imagine going somewhere with a lot of people and you're not even trying to do it, but you can hear everything that everybody's talking about. You can see everything that everybody's doing. You're watching. Yep. I mean, it drives you nuts, literally. In your brain, I'm going, fuck, man, it's just too much. You know, it's just too much.
That's 100% where I'm at because I was incarcerated. When you're incarcerated, it's not an anxiety. It's not a PTSD. It's a skill set to listen to everything and watch everybody and know everything that's going on. Right. If I'm in my room, in my cell, and the door opens to the entire day room, there could be 100 people in there. The door opens. I know if it was a cop that came in. I know about how many people came in. I know whose doors are open, where people are congregating in the day room. I can't even see the day room. I'm just listening. But your brain pays so much attention to everything sometimes in your life, where then when you don't need to pay that much attention, it's very aggravating. It's not fun to have a brain do that to you.
Yeah. And that's why it's really easy for me to convince myself not to do something, right?
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I'm not going to do that because, I just don't have to deal with it. But it sucks because you miss out on a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, I do.
You make an excuse, like, oh, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want to fucking do nothing like that. When you're going to have fun if you did it. You just don't want to go through the fucking, all the turmoil in your head. I just don't like it.
Yep. Weed helps me a lot.
I usually go out. Yeah, like if it's a weed event, I can go out, smoke at the event, and kind of be chill. If I can get myself to go. I have to get myself, in the mood to be able to convince myself to go to the event first.
What makes me be able to go do stuff that I normally wouldn't want to do is when I know I'm having kind of like this weird social anxiety or pressure. Like I have pressure to go. There's no pressure for me to do anything. Why do I have pressure? What's the problem? And I'm like, it's a weird emotional pressure in my head. I don't want to go, but I want to go. And all these things. Mm-hmm. Then I'm like, okay, so why do you not want to go? And I try to think about it. I'm like, okay, it's the pressure. It's this weird psychological pressure I get that I don't like. That's what it is. It's not going that bothers me. It's not being around people. None of that. The other thing, So then I'm like, what are you worried about? Like, what's the problem? And then I work through the problem. My problem is because I've lived a weird lifestyle. I'm ready to be violent if I have to be. So that's what creates this severe amount of psychological pressure. So if
And
I
that's
go, okay,
part of
bro,
it, right?
everybody you're going to be around are good people. No one's trying to scam you. None of these things, right? And I can talk myself into going, all these people are people I want to be around. Then when I go, I don't have the same kind of pressure. Because
Well,
prison will make you want to stab everybody if you think someone's trying to do something
and
wrong to you.
that's part of the issue, right? Because
Yeah.
now you become to where you're like, I don't give a fuck. I'll say whatever I have to say to anybody. So
Yeah.
then you start thinking, man, do I just want to avoid all confrontation and avoid any situation that somebody might say something that makes me fucking get pissed? Like,
Yep.
and I'll use that as an excuse not to do things. Like, I don't want to do it because someone's going to say something stupid and I might fucking go off. Like,
Yeah.
And that's not anybody's problem. That's my problem. That's nobody's problem but myself.
That's good that you can see that, though, because some people will think it's everyone else.
No, not
They'll be like,
everybody
the
else.
whole world's fucked. That's why I'm mad. Well, no, you're mad. Not the whole world is fucked, but not everyone's mad about it.
Well, they're not even paying attention to the same things you are. They're not even thinking
Nope.
the same things you are. They're not even, their brain doesn't work the same way as you.
Yeah, you come around and put your arm around me and say, how you been doing, bud? And we're out in the crowd and stuff. You might feel like you're connecting with me, but inside of me, something is like on the edge of confrontation, trying to defend myself.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I don't know why. I don't feel threatened by you, but something in me is ready to like choke you out or do whatever I got to
Why
do.
the fuck is this guy touching me? Like, what?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know
what's
why.
he fixing to do? Why is he so close? I mean, a million things will run through my brain. Like,
Bro, even when I first got out, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I would have people who would hug me, like family and friends, and it would be so awkward for me. I was like, ugh, don't touch me. Like, fuck.
yeah.
And then people would be like, why do you respond that way? I'm like, you got to understand that I was in a place where if you're not careful enough, if you're not careful enough, that's all it is. If you're not careful enough, you could get hurt, or you find yourself getting into a situation where you're going to have to hurt someone else to defend yourself. No way around it. So then because of that, everything is a problem. Everything is a potential problem. And you have to work through all the problems because you're always in danger. So then, yeah, it's PTSD is what it is. People who go to the military get it worse because they're talking about death all the time.
Yeah,
guns
absolutely.
and shit and crazy shit.
Well, they see shit, some of the shit that they've seen. And shit.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's way worse than doing time by a lot. I couldn't imagine going through war and
I
then
have issues. I'm not going to lie. I still have issues. Like, I was abused as a child by my stepfather for like the first 12 years of my life. And I still have issues with going places and seeing his face on other people. Why? I don't know. Just whatever reason, that person reminds me of him. And I
fucked my PTSD when you said that. It gave me goosebumps.
Because,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, some of us go through shit like that,
I totally can relate. It literally, when you said, when I go out and I can see his face, it gave me goosebumps. Why did it give me goosebumps? Because I know that sensation of something in you is like, really, I want to kill that dude. That's all I want. I just want to go kill that dude. But you don't want to admit that. So then you get this huge anxiety and it gets built up and it's pent up inside of you. You know what I mean? Because people shouldn't treat people that bad. It's just, and it's wrong. Everyone does. So then it bothers you that it happened. And then the good part of you wants to have retribution because it's not fair. You're not supposed to do that. So it's like, if you've been someone that's been preyed on, I don't even know what that feels like. It's got to be some of the worst feelings to work through. Man, I couldn't even imagine, honestly.
Well, I mean, it is. It kind of suppresses it, but the same thing as pills and shit, right? Like if you go get on a pill, it's doing the same thing. I mean, and for me, for whatever reason, I don't know, as I've gotten older, my PTSD's gotten worse.
Yeah. Yeah, mine is
And I don't know
yeah,
if that's just
as
because
I've
I
gotten
don't tolerate
older, it's gotten worse. But since I've
it.
been out of prison, it's gotten better.
Yeah.
So I'm still worse because I'm older.
I'm thinking a lot of that is maybe you just don't tolerate shit as much. You know what I mean? Like, so you're more apt to just be like, "Fuck you," you know.
I know this is kind of deep, but I think what it has a lot to do with is we have a baseline to be automated, right? So you learn how to make a cup of coffee, and then you don't have to really think about it. You pick it up
Yes.
to your mouth, and you take a drink, all
Yes.
automated.
Yes.
So if you go through a lifestyle of not working on yourself or doing anything about the way you feel about stuff, then you just add more value to the storyline, and it becomes a bigger deal to you over time. So the older you get, potentially, the harder your problems can be for you over time. I could see that. Like if you always have PTSD and you had it your whole life, now you have a whole life of experiences with PTSD along with having PTSD at the same time.
And everything you're dealing with now. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh.
Yep. Man. I took fucking 2 hits.
It turned into Mental Health Saturday, didn't it? Look, and it's okay to talk about it, people. Look, it is so okay to talk about it. I don't care who you are. Talking about it helps. It really does. Because, at least for me, hearing what Creative goes through makes me feel better. Not that he's going through it, just to know that there's other people that deal with similar things.
My grandma said the same thing to me. She turns 80 next year, right? I'm fucking mind blown that she's that old and healthy the way she is, at least. And she's like, to hear that, she said she was down in the dumps because of her sciatica. She's just so old, you can't really do much about it now. Surgery's too late in the game, kind of. And then I have it really bad. And I talk to my grandma like 5 times a week. And then her doctor was like, bro, you got to understand, probably about 20% or more of people out there have sciatica. Everyone has it almost. Kids, everybody. You can just get it from pinching your back slightly and have it for 20 years and not be able to do nothing about it. Like, my grandma didn't know that, but knowing that, not that it makes her feel good other people have problems, but knowing that she's not the only one going through it and she's going through it with other people at the same time makes it better for her.
It kind of puts you at ease a little bit, like, okay, good, this isn't something that I'm just fucking stuck with, you know? Like, I don't have to be quiet in myself and just deal with it inside of myself because nobody else is dealing with it and they ain't gonna ever understand. When you hear somebody talk about it and hear the same things that you're going through, it makes you feel better about talking about it and getting some of those feelings out isn't important. Because the last thing you ever want to do is build up, because eventually you will blow up. It just happens. I mean,
yep. Like, you know, I've had a rough childhood and everything. And a few years ago, I kind of got in a heated argument with my mom. And she was like, dude, you know, you still got like some fucking things you're going through from your childhood. Like, you're still pissed off at me about something. And I'm like, no, not as an adult. No. But the type of shit you put me through, I'm confident. Yeah. Then probably a lot of parts of me throughout time are pissed off at you. But I'm not mad at you in any way. I forgive you for any kind of thing that you could ever put me through. You're my mom. You took care of it when you could. You know what I mean? You did what you could. But, like, you know, all the shit that I went through is still there. So it's something. It's my responsibility. It's not yours. So then, if you know I've been through it, then and it doesn't interrupt our relationship, then it's not for me and you to talk about. So, like, if we get into an argument and then it starts interrupting with our relationship, then it's still not nothing for us to talk about. It's for me still, because if it doesn't, it's on me. It's my work on myself that needs to be done. It's not you don't need to do anything. Just because you're my parent and I grew up with some shitty experiences throughout my whole childhood doesn't mean it's your fault. It's the way I took it. because I could have took it in a way that made me have a really great life, but I took it incorrectly. You know what I mean? That's on me. So it's just what it is, because everyone goes through shitty childhood. Not everyone, but most people have some kind of shitty ass childhood.
Yeah, I mean, especially growing up, like fucking when we grew up, there's a different time than nowadays, like completely different times. Kids grow up completely different nowadays.
Yeah, my whole thing was like the drugs, right? Like I grew up around a lot of people who consumed alcohol 24/7,
Yeah,
and all kinds of IV drug users, and
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like really bad scenario. So I was always ready to stab somebody as a kid because people were violent around me and acted up and were manic and screaming and breaking shit. So I was like ready to act the same way.
I was in and out of foster homes. I was in and out of group homes. I was running away, living on the streets at fucking 14. Yeah. But it was a different time back then,
Yeah, it's not the same now. I had a friend of mine I talked to a few months ago. He's like, man, everybody's on meth. And I'm like, bro, I need to let you know something. The life I have right now, I don't know one person that does it. I don't even know of somebody. Like the way I look at life, where my life is at now, is it looks like almost nobody does meth. Looks like meth damn near went away. But it's the lifestyle that I live and the people I'm around that makes that happen. So you need to change your lifestyle and people you're around.
Yep. You got to change people, places, and things.
He said, it's just getting worse. I said, nah, I don't think so.
It's the same with the drug addicts. Look, if you go to jail for fucking drug possession and you go in there and you get clean and you want to stay clean, the last thing you should be doing is going right back out into the environment that you fucking got in trouble in.
Yep.
It's only inevitable. You're just going to get right back into it. Why? Because it's very easy to come up with an excuse of why something's fucked up, and you might as well fucking take a hit of crack, or you might as well fucking smoke some meth, or you might as well,
This is why I moved to Texas originally.
I mean, you have to.
I moved to Texas to get away from all the, like, I don't know anybody. I don't hardly know anybody that's not a drug dealer or something from where I'm from. Everybody's criminals. Everyone carries guns illegally. Like, it's just a fucking thing. I don't know any different. So then what the fuck am I going to go in that environment for? You know what I mean?
Well, you already know, like, getting out of prison, going back into that environment is what? 80%, 90% chance you're going to be back in prison or you're going to be dead.
100%. Or I'll end up hurting someone else.
Those are real.
Three roads.
Those are real numbers. You can look those numbers up, and unfortunately, that's. I understand a lot of people they don't have a lot of money and stuff like that. So when they get out of prison, they don't have a lot of choices of being able to just up and move somewhere else. So they get stuck going right back into the environment that they were in, and they might do good for a while. But all it takes is that little fucking thing to go wrong, and in their head they got a million excuses now why. Fuck it, I might as well just start doing dope again.
Yeah, so the thing is, if you move locations, you got to be different though. So like whoever the kind of people you knew and the kind of people you hung around with, you need to curate a new group immediately. So like if you knew people who worked, roofing, and all the kinds of people you fucked with were like roofing people and stuff like that, maybe you should go get a job doing something different at the next place, because you're just going to fall right back into the same styles. Like you'll find roofing people, everyone's, everyone likes to drink, and you guys will drink, then you'll be like, hey man, I'll get a bag this weekend. You get a bag of some Coke this weekend, and then 3 of the dudes won't go to work on Monday, and then you're back in this weird situation with this new group of people that you don't really know, and then you're stuck with their karma and whoever the fuck they know, whatever the fuck they got going on, whatever the fuck they owe. Fuck that. I'm good. So I just moved.
I got lucky. I did meth before. I did it for like a week straight. And the coming off of it was so horrible to me. I never did it again. That was It was so horrible. I was like, oh my God, how could anybody do this long term? They just don't stop using, I guess.
Yeah, I did a lot of K2 in prison.
I never
That's what
tried
made me
K2.
want to stop doing drugs. I've tried every
Well,
major drug in prison.
some of those
Fuck.
I think in micro doses, like mushrooms and stuff, some of those things could help.
No, that's different.
But it's
Psychedelics are different.
in a dose though that you don't feel. You know what I mean? Like most people want to feel it, but micro dosing, you don't necessarily feel high. It's just enough to open up little pathways in your brain that could help you think in a different way, or help you suppress things that just are on your mind all the time. Like they open up different pathways. I think microdosing is a really good thing.
Yeah.
That was the same thing, like people started coming out with mushrooms. They were talking about, oh yeah, microdose, to then eating fun mushroom candy bars and eat, like, oh, let's eat 4 grams. And it's like, okay, so we're not microdosing anymore. We're just getting high. Right.
So microdosing, this is funny. Midnight says, what's technically considered microdose? So when you're doing shrooms, technically, there's no real way to microdose unless you have a bag of those shrooms and you tested what the threshold dose is. So like if you take 4-ACO DMT, the threshold is 5 milligrams. So then if you take 5 milligrams, that's a microdose because you don't get a sensation of being high, but it elevates your mood and it's like medicinal. So anything above the 5 milligrams, you start to, everything gets a little brighter, everything sounds a little more, you kind of see like hues a little bit, and then it just goes up and up from there. So like shrooms, it needs to be the threshold amount of psilocybin, but you need to test it ahead of time.
Yeah, it's hard to know without knowing the numbers, what a true microdose is. I mean, some people say, oh, it takes me 3 grams to get high off mushrooms. Okay, take 1 gram. Oh, you don't feel it? Good. That's a microdose. Like you're not supposed to feel high. It's supposed to just be enough. You'll see a lot of people microdose and they're like, and I feel really good. I don't feel high at all, but I feel really good. And that's what it's supposed to be.
Oh, sorry. Litwick says, this is fucking hilarious. Microdose, kind of like a micro dick. You probably know something's in you, but you ain't going to get fucked right. That's too funny.
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it better.
I've done a lot of psychedelics, and I've taken a lot of designer psychedelics too, like a lot of the different numbers and letter combinations that you can take. I think psychedelics are really good, but for me, I'm addicted personality trait, so I can get really addicted to any of them. So, shrooms, anything. So I have to be careful.
So then you would have to, like, if you know 0.5 grams, you're gonna feel it good. Then you're gonna do half of a 0.5 gram. You're gonna, if without knowing the number, you got to just play with it until you get to where you feel it, but you don't feel it, if that makes sense.
I'm telling you, you got to look this up. 4-ACO and then dash DMT. So 4-ACO DMT is the synthetic version, or the whatever you want to call it, of psilocybin. It literally does the exact same thing that psilocybin does in your body. So when you get high on psilocybin from mushrooms, or if you take 4-ACO DMT, it's almost the exact same process in your body that's happening, except for 4-ACO DMT is less dangerous to take. So like shrooms, you can maybe get a food poisoning from it. Like if you take a bunch of them, you can get sick and stuff like that.
Oh, sure.
4-ACO DMT, it's like table salt. It's not unhealthy for your body like that. You can take a large amount too. You can take a god dose and not get poisoned, but you'll be way too high. You think you're dying. But so I totally recommend 4-ACO DMT if you ever get the chance to get into those kind of things, because you just take it like it's a powder and you can measure it perfectly, so you can get the exact high you're looking for. And then it lasts a long time. So it's like
Okay.
a 6-8 hour high.
Just remember everything in moderation.
Yeah, moderation. Well, the first time I did it, I bought a gram legally too. I bought a gram legally. We'll just say allegedly, but bought a gram, and I took the hero dose, which is 45 milligrams.
Oh my
And
god.
yeah, this is a big dose. This is like double of a big dose. And I had a God moment, a full God moment, and broke. Like I got scared instantly when it started hitting me, and I was like, "Cartoon Land was scary. I've never experienced anything like that." But because it was it rushed in so quick that it scared me. But then after I was there, it was 7 to 8 hours of pure bliss, and I was hanging out with myself, and I gave away all the things that I didn't want in myself anymore to God. I was like, "Here, you can have these." God was like, "You don't even need them, bro. You've been holding it. You can let them go now. Like I gave you that authority a long time ago." So then I just chilled with God and had a crazy high. You know what I mean? But it was me giving the universe the things I was holding on to that weren't mine, which was like negativity and looking at myself in the wrong way and all these different things, like things that I thought were really bad about myself. It's just the way that I think about myself that's bad. It's not actually the process. I'm just adding too much, like flame on the fuel, or fuel on the fire. But it's a very good high though. It was made me a new kind of person afterwards, and I feel like I've been I still remember it like deeply.
I've heard people say that it gives them clarity, kind of
It kind of did.
opens it up to being able to understand the issues that they don't ever understand that they have, like, and being able to accept it, being able to let go, and being able to learn to just deal with it in ways that they didn't understand how to deal with it before.
Yeah, you got to take good stuff though. Like I took 5 MEO. I think it's 5 MEO, 5 MO MIPT or something like that. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. 5 MEO MIPT. That might be it. But when I took it, I started seeing flames everywhere. Like all the light and reflection of light was turning into like fire. And I went into I left the universe into universes of different kinds of like flames and fucking aura lights. And then when I came back, I was like, holy shit, I'm on the couch. What the fuck? Like I had no clue, bro. I was like fucking, I don't know. I was in an energy fucking orb flying through the universe for a while. It was weird. Everything burnt down and then I was somewhere else. I've never had any of these experiences on shrooms. Shrooms have only gotten me the kaleidoscope effect where the colors go yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red, like constantly. Everything moves and crawls. But I've never been able to see something new on shrooms. Like, look, there's something in space moving around. I've never seen it. I've only seen what's there move already.
Yeah, it's already there.
Yeah. Like I might look at the cabinets and they're fucking flapping open and shutting and open and shutting. They're waving like fucking a shower curtain. But they're there though. But I've taken other psychedelics where something walked in the room and I don't know what the fuck just walked in the room. And then I'm looking at it and now I'm not in a room, I'm in a field. I'm looking around the field like, what the fuck? Like I've had that happen before. That legal China pack. AZ is kind of like hell. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
So you went to hell? I don't know. No, it was like I was looking at a laptop, staring at the laptop, trying to watch this movie as it was coming on. And then all of a sudden, the screen was getting so bright I couldn't see it. And then the brightness was turning into like this flames, beautiful flames. And then it was like the laptop was just kind of like a flame of light. And it was like flame lights. And then I would look around and the windows were like on fire, kind of like a flame light, like a aura kind of light. And then everything got like that, where I couldn't see anything but like flames everywhere. But it was like light though. It wasn't like on fire, but it was light fire. Hard to explain.
I'll take 2 of whatever he got. I'll take 2 of those.
I think it's 5 MO-MIPT. I might be wrong though. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Doesn't surprise me. Okay.
Oh, I've tried a lot of those because I met a person in Texas. He was a research chemical dealer. So he would buy research chemicals from Canada from a lab, a legal lab that makes every kind of psychedelic under the sun legally for research. And he would buy that stuff. So then he's able to also sell it, but you're not able to consume it or anything like that. So I'm buying it from him not to consume it for testing purposes only, right? Because he has the ability to do that, which is really crazy. So in possession of it, if you have the paperwork that you have and you're not consuming it, you're allowed to have it in the United States, but only under the guise of for research purposes, and it's not being consumed. But if you get caught consuming it, it's a felon. Fuck is that? What kind of law is this?
How do you test it without consuming it?
No, yeah, exactly. Like, but maybe not that kind of testing. Maybe not like consuming it.
Just chemical breakdown testing or something.
I don't know, but he was legitimately buying from a real lab. He's a real dealer, and it's all totally fucking legal. It's fucking wildest shit I've ever seen. You have to use your ID and everything to even be able to do it. They got to prove you.
Thing, right? I can sell you a bag of weed. I'm not telling you to smoke it.
Not for human consumption. Yeah, there we go. That's what it says on there too. Not for human consumption. But it is.
Very interesting.
But it is. So you're getting an actual lab. So like if you bought it, you're getting like a powder inside of this bag that came from a lab. So it's not a baggie. It's whatever it would look like from a laboratory with a stamp on it with the whole chemical breakdown. Then it comes with a whole pamphlet of all the chemical breakdown, how they get to the process, how it's made, who made it, the engineer that worked on it, and then how it's tested. Here's the testing, all these things. So then when you get it, it's like getting something that you're going to do testing on as a lab guy. You know, you're trying to do some chemistry shit. You want to see if this will, can I break this down and do this with it? That's what it's allegedly for, but we know why the fuck it's all set up. Motherfuckers want to do fucking psychedelics.
Okay, I watched a thing this morning that says it costs roughly $300 to grow a pound of marijuana, but large corporations can bring those costs below $200 a pound. Have you ever spent $300 to grow a pound of weed?
No. Like I'm thinking like a pound of weed. All right, so my 2.5 by 5, it wouldn't even cost me if I bought brand new Simpro and I brought a light and I bought the tent. It would probably cost $300 if I bought all the equipment. But if I didn't have to buy any of the equipment and just the Simpro and the cocoa, what the fuck are we talking about? Even the electricity bill and the water.
Electricity, right?
Fuck no, it ain't no $300.
No.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Like I bought an $800 or $500, whatever it is, of Simpro, the 25-pound thing, and it lasted me an entire year. The bloom did. So that's like what, $800? I don't even know how many pounds I grew. I grew a lot of pounds that year with that. They got me fucked up. 336. Can you imagine? I don't know. People are crazy. People. Oh yeah. Who was that? Who was saying $600 for a grow? Diesel junkie. So like, he was growing about the same size or amount I was growing. I think he was using the recommended dose from beginning to end, which would be like the max. I've never used the recommended dose. I don't think really. I always stay well under that. And then when the plants are younger, I'm using like 300-400 parts per million of it. So it's like 20%, 30%, 40% of recommended. But mine lasts a lot longer than his. In that scenario, I'm sure. But I don't know. Everyone waters differently and their environment is different. So if his environment is real hot, I could see how he went through a lot more water than me, which would inevitably be more nutrient too. So I keep
Well,
my room kind of cool on purpose so that, they're
I'd
not
love
taking
to.
that much.
I'd love to talk to him because I just feel like, I mean, and I believe his numbers when he tells you numbers.
Yeah,
And
that's a lot,
so
though.
I feel like, 2,300 watts with CO2 and only pulling 5 pounds, 3/4 pound, 5 3/4 pound, under 6 with 2,300 watts and CO2. I just feel like there's something off.
Yeah,
Something's
that
not right.
can't be right because that's how much weight I'm getting. I'm not using CO2, and I'm at 2,400 watts.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Something just doesn't. I don't know if maybe he
Yeah, that
has
don't even make
issues
sense.
or. I mean, he should have got 6 pounds plus 25% with the CO2. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what that has to do with explicitly, but I know I was at 1.5 pounds for my big lights at one point in time, and the only thing I did different, I didn't go up in food or anything like that. All I did was put my lights a little closer, right? And then what really upped my weight was getting more branches in there, more top, more
Training.
A branches.
Right.
Because like you can take a plant that has like 5 or 6 A branches, and then primaries, and then flip it. But if it's in a 2.5 by 2.5 area, that's not enough tops for that area. So like most plants are going to try to take up a nice little area, right? For me, in a 2.5 by area, I'm counting the 6-inch squares. I'm like, damn, I need like 20 tops right here. That's how my brain looks at it. So I think
Yeah.
where a lot of people leave weight is they don't put enough tops in a certain location to get the weight that they think they need. They think if they just have the light and they use the nutrient and they put the plants there, that's going to make the weight. For me, I got my extra 0.5 pound by just putting more branches in the same space, but they were primaries instead of secondaries, thirds, and all that. Like, get out of it. I don't know.
And I appreciate what he's doing because he's doing the quick flip, and I like the quick flip, But
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter how many plants there is because the space is the same, the light's the same, whether it's 40 plants or it's one plant. You know what I mean? The light's going to be the same, the space is going to be the same. I just don't. I feel like maybe he forgot a number or something to add in there. You know what I mean? Because it is. It's only like 1.12 grams a watt. And I know he spends a lot of money growing, and that seems like a lot for a little.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we got to talk a little bit.
Yeah, we got to talk to him a little bit and figure it out.
Yeah, because he's using Simpro, and the cost is from Simpro. Is what he's talking about.
Well, and I can only imagine how much it costs to run 2,300 watts of light, and then the AC, the CO2, I think he runs a dehumidifier too. Like all those things add up really quick to only get 1.1 gram a watt. I don't know.
I think
That's what
people
I'm saying.
can
There's
add
got to be
more.
a number.
Yeah.
There's a number missing.
Yeah, I think it's just. I think it's the top. But I don't know. Because, like, for instance, with snowplow or whatever, one of my plants is 30% of the overall weight is top. So then imagine if I doubled my tops in the same area. Do you think that'll raise my overall weight in general? You get what I mean? Like if I got, say I got 1 6-inch square or one branch per 6-inch square. And the next time I grow in the same space, I get 2 branches per 6-inch square and have plenty of space in between the branches.
You will get more, but you've got to remember there's only a limit to that, right? like once you get to the point where you got too many branches,
Yeah.
you're not going to grow the big buds. You're just going to grow a lot of little buds because it takes so much energy throughout the whole plant to feed all those tops. I mean, there is a sweet spot, I think, how many tops you want to have.
I think it's kind of, I think it's plant specific because you're going to have some plants like my snowplow number 2, very stretchy. It makes these boutique smaller buds. But if you weigh it, like you'll look at it as it grows and you'll be like, fuck, that one didn't yield well. And then when you weigh it with plants right next to it, it weighs the same or more. And you're like, okay, never mind.
I've seen
So
that
then,
too.
So with that plant, what if I double the branches of that plant? Since it's so wispy, will I get more weight? You know what I mean? I think about that stuff.
I mean, probably not like double. It probably doesn't work that well,
I
but
doubt
maybe
it,
half. You know, like half. I mean, if you're getting 1, you might get 1.5. You know, like if you double, I don't think it works as like double means double.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how many plants I'm doing, Unc. Like, I don't even really know. I don't look at it like that. I don't like. There's other factors. There's going to be like, what size pot are you running? You know, because obviously more roots, you're going to be able to produce more energy to feed everything. You know, like if I had to guess how many tops I had in there, oof. Right now with 2 plants, I probably got 50 to 70. I don't know.
Look at the difference of this grape ape. Look at the top of the grape. So here's snowplow number 1, right? It makes regular type of looking buds, and then look at the top of this grape ape.
Yeah, why do they do that? Fucking Strawberry Cough did that shit too.
Yeah, it's like it stacks, but it has these flat tops.
Yeah, they're
What's
not.
up with that?
It doesn't like cone up at all or nothing. It just goes rounded. I mean,
it's a weird plant, man. A weird plant, definitely. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, 2 plants in a 2x4. I mean, I would have to say I probably got 50 to 70, maybe more. I don't know. I don't count them like that. I train early, so what I'm doing is I'm getting as many branches as I can early, and then I'm going to end up later. I'm going to take some of them out, you know, that you don't need, that are just going to be suckers. That just, you know, when you clean out the plant, you're going to take some of them out, and you're going to keep the nicest, biggest, developing tops. I mean,
yep.
However many that works out to be. Well, what space do you got to fill depends on how long you're going to veg and how many plants you got to put in there. You know, like.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, I'm looking at the machine in the tent, and there's 7 by 7 squares, right? So 7 times 7. There's way more tops than there is 6-inch squares.
Right.
But if I grew the wrench in here, there's no way you can get more than 1 per 6-inch square because the size of the colas and the way the leaves come off the colas, you'd be too close to each other. You get no light penetration. You know?
Yeah.
Just wouldn't work.
Well, that's where you'd end up with what I call suckers. I mean, some people think they're, you know, nice tops, but realistically, they're a sucker that's just sucking off your nice tops. You know, like.
Yeah, that's why
it depends on what you want. Like in the end, ultimately, I want to have A and B buds, and I want to have nicer, big, huge A buds than I do B buds. Like I want more of that than I do B buds. Everything under that, it goes away. It either goes in the garbage or it goes in a baggie in the freezer.
Yeah, so now I smoke everything. Yeah.
And
You know, like
we're not trying to grow like 4 or 5 different canopies. Our light's meant to grow one really good canopy, and then the secondary canopy, if you get good shit off it, then it's a bonus. But you shouldn't ever be thinking about growing a 3rd, 4th, or 5th canopy on a plant. That's just wild.
Yeah. And then, so like, depending on the plant for me will depend on what I leave. Like snowplow number 2, I can leave all the smaller branches because they'll make a little top that is similar in size to the tops of the primaries. Kind of weird. You might have like a tiny little branch that comes off the side, and it'll make like 2 little buds, and then it'll make this big ass top bud on the top of that branch. You know what I'm saying?
And look, you can keep that. I know exactly what you're talking about. You can
Not all
keep
plants
that
do that though.
only if you understand that most everything that's below that nice fat bud at the top should get stripped off. Because all you're really focusing on in that shorter branch is that main fat top. Everything underneath that, it doesn't even, that's not going to be nothing.
Yep. And then some plants, excuse me, some plants make better seed buds than other plants.
Yeah,
like
yeah, they do.
You know, I got like some plants that make larvae little seed buds, and then I got other plants. Their seed buds are the same size as their bee buds. They just don't weigh the same. They're larvier.
Come up here and show us your Z buds, ADHD.
Z. I'm feeling better. I'm smoking less weed. I ain't gonna lie. I think it was kind of getting to me.
Well, for some people, you know, less is more. You know what I mean? And it's easy
But I've
if
been
you're
smoking
going to
that
be
much for a
on.
long time.
Yeah, but if you're on YouTube, you're out hanging out, you know, like you're doing all these things, and it's just like the thing to do while you're doing it, right? Like, oh, you just smoke another joint. Oh, just smoke another joint. Oh, just, you know, it's easy to do that, and then pretty soon you're like, holy shit, I went through an ounce yesterday. Fuck.
Yeah, when you pointed out, when you're like, how much do those joints weigh? And I figured it out. They're $2.5 grams. And I was like, damn, I smoked 3 of them. That's a quarter ounce. What the fuck?
Yeah, it goes
That's
really
just
quick.
getting the day started.
Yeah. Shit goes quick.
Yeah, it's wild.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, okay. You only get your Z buds from Clark because he's got enough plant to do the whole alphabet. I just look at it different. Like, I try to be realistic, right? Like, think about the light. You know, the LED light. It's only going to do so much. It's never going to be like the sun. So to try to think you're growing trees indoor under a LED light, it's just laughable to me. Like, the light's only going to penetrate so far into a healthy canopy. That doesn't mean you strip all the leaves on the canopy to get the light to penetrate more, because it doesn't work that way. Because
No.
when we talk about penetration, I'm not talking about how far the light, you can see the light in the canopy, because only some of that light is the right usable light to grow good plants. So just because you strip all your leaves off doesn't mean, because everything down there now you can see light, doesn't mean it's the appropriate light to grow good fucking bud. I mean, that's what they don't understand. The light only does so much.
It's kind of hard for me to explain, but the plants that it's easy for me to say though, but hard for me to explain to get the point across. The plants that I grow push their leaves in a way where I don't really have to de-leaf anything up top hardly. Like maybe 1% of the overall leaves get taken off. Like nothing. hardly. But I've seen a lot of people grow, and I look at their plants, and I'm like, damn, they need to do a pretty good defoliate on the plant up top just to get a good little amount of light down in there. So then, like, some plants require more defoliation than
Yes,
other plants.
absolutely. It's just like sativa leaves. A lot of sativa leaves are skinnier.
Yeah,
So
and they go in the right
you don't
spot.
have to defoliate enough, a lot, because the light gets past them because they're sheer. And realistically, you need more of those leaves because there's less surface area for the plant to take in light. That's what I never understood
Yep.
about taking leaves. The leaves bring in CO2 and they bring in light to photosynthesize. What happens if the plant can't do that? It has to grow more leaves so it can do that. No matter if it's in veg or if it's in flower. But it's not going to grow leaves and keep trucking along fully at its full potential on growing bud at the same time. It's not going to do that. Again, that would take, you know how much energy it takes to grow back leaves alone? People they think the plant just, I mean, fuck, everything's energy, sucking it. So you want to waste a lot of your energy on the plant regrowing leaves because it needs the leaves to photosynthesize and to breathe. You'd rather focus more of the energy to that than growing bud, and then you wonder why your buds are small.
So I think maybe one of the little things that gets people to do that is they grow their plants a little too tall and they get a lot of larf, and then they weigh their stuff up and they're like, oh fuck, dude, my actual good buds aren't very much of my weight, and I have a bunch of fucking larf that isn't nothing. I don't even want to trim it. So then they go, oh, I need to defoliate better. So then they start getting into defoliate, when they don't realize you just had your light not close enough, and it might not have been turned up in veg very high at all. And then when you clip, you just made the plants bolt.
Or you're trying to grow too much of a plant for the light you have.
Yeah, little light, big plant.
Right. Like yes, light is yield.
I always forget about that. But
that doesn't mean, again, if you're 18 inches off the top of your canopy, and now you think you can strip, that's 18 inches right off, penetration wise. You're already 18 inches. So now if the light only penetrates 2 feet, you might only have 6 inches of really good penetration, right? So you got to learn to use the light and what it can do, because then you thinking you can strip the leaves, and just because you see the light down below, that it's getting the right amount of PPFD and getting the right spectrum and all that to grow good bud is just nonsense. It's nonsense. It doesn't work that way. That's why I try to get my fucking light. Man, I'm trying to get it 8, 10 inches, sometimes 6 inches from the top of the canopy. Why? Because that gives me more penetration.
Yep.
That's my penetration.
Yeah, that's why. So if you look, the plants that aren't in the tent in my grow room, the light's closer than the plant in the tent, because the plant in the tent, it's the light is a little brighter coming out of the tent because of the reflective material, and it's a squatter plant, so it needs less canopy. It needs less into the canopy. So the taller ones, I try to get the light a little closer just to make sure I'm getting good penetration.
Well, and that's the downfall for a lot of people, right?
What?
They don't. Oh shit!
Oh shit!
If they don't understand, like how important it is to train your plant and keep your plant height at the same, then again, they're not understanding how to use the light. Because if you got one plant that's 3 foot and the other plant's 1 foot, now again the penetration. Think of the penetration of the light. Now the light's got to be way up here over the top of the tall plants. You just lost all your penetration because those couple plants right there were way taller than these plants right here.
Yeah, I did that on this grow. put all those plants standing straight up, and the grape ape didn't get as tall.
But
But-
ADHD brought up a good point yesterday.
What? Hold
Is it
on.
the correct spectrum if it's not at 100%? If you never get to 100%, are you at the right spectrum for, say, like the flower period that you're at, like at that perfect time?
Yeah, that's a good question, because you don't know what the driver and the output of the LED is for that manufacturer as they turn it up. It could be different. So, like the reds might actually turn up brighter when you're up brighter
Right.
than they
Right.
would if it was mid down, because when you have it down, you're in veg, so they don't need that driver to drive the reds as hard. That's a
Right.
good
Or
understanding.
the red lights are more penetrating when the lights turn down, and then if you never
Yeah.
turn it up, then you're going to continue to get that shade
Penetrating red.
Yeah.
That red
So, of course, your
Ah.
plants are going to be 7.5 feet fucking
Okay,
tall,
that-
and you're going to have a problem keeping them stretched out because you got your light running all the
Yeah.
red, and it's barely running any of the other spectrum.
Right. So
So-
you don't get to dilute the red out with any of the
That's
other
right.
light.
Oh, maybe that's what was going on. So, like my plants
God, that's
were
Stop,
stretching
ladies.
because I was leaving it at 60%
what
all the
coffee
way
are
into
you,
week
what
2.
coffee are you drinking? I need some of that shit. Holy fuck. He woke
He's
up with 100.
He's ADHD.
woke up with
Any
a-
coffee will work really great.
He woke up with 190 IQ.
Oh shit! I'm not P-Roy.
No, I mean that's a good thought when you're thinking about equipment. And like, look, who
Yeah, you
thinks
can't
about this
assume that
stuff?
you know anything
thinks-
about the equipment. Yeah.
Who thinks of this stuff other than the guys that are growing really good? Honestly, I mean,
The only people that I think about, deep shit that aren't really good are people who think about deep shit that isn't relevant to anything at all. They think about stuff they like think deeply about cigarette ash and try to compare that to fucking weed ash or something. They get way off into that. They're like, I've been reading studies of tobacco, and they've been all right, but
Gotta
Cool.
read studies, bro.
well, I love that because they're like, yeah, I read the study about tobacco and they put chemicals in it to make the fucking ash white out at the end. I wonder if other people are like, dude, we're home growers. Who's got fucking a bottle of chemicals next to them that they put on their fucking shit so that way they can show a fucking white ash on the fucking internet? Get the fuck out.
exactly.
Like, come on. Stop.
But you know what I mean? Like people go in these side tangents and they'll go deep into it, because I did too. And my ignorance is bliss sometimes. The things I don't know make me good content every now and then.
I hate knowing
But-
shit though, because you got to pretend sometimes you don't, and then you just get irritated because people really don't know what they're talking about. And you're just like, "Ugh." I've been doing that lately, like really, like trying not just hold myself back, not saying shit. Like don't comment, don't say nothing, just
Well,
let it ride.
here's the thing though.
It's
Here's
hard.
the thing. There was a time in your life when you were just like all those people. And that's probably
Absolutely.
why it bothers you. Like
No, what
that's why
bothers-
I look at it
Those
that way.
people don't bother me. The newbies and shit don't bother me. It's the people that are fucking stupid trying to teach stupid shit to people. Because I used to be one of the guys that was a newbie that was getting taught stupid shit. So,
Yeah, I feel that.
so those people, and when you say something to them and they want to argue with you, try to tell you how you suck and they're great, and you're like, dude, there's no comparison. I'm not even on the same fucking level as you. I'm just trying to get you to understand. If you don't completely understand it, stop trying to teach it, because you need to go learn it first.
This is why I'm like people who I ride with mountain biking. I try to help them and teach them sometimes. People who aren't as good as me, but I always realize I'm not a very good teacher. Like I want to be. I can describe things well, but I'm not really good at teaching you stuff because I don't know things in the way a teacher would know them. I know them in a more real world scenario way. I know how to do it.
That's better though, in my opinion.
But I don't know how to
that's better
so I
than-
can grow, but I can't help you get there, because if I try to tell you all the things, then some of it's nuanced and stuff, and or whatever to what I'm doing, and it might not be right. So
But the
know.
basics are the basics.
yeah, but if I show you a plant and it's got a cola and it's under the light right and it stays healthy all the way till flower, and then my flowers fire, Other
Yeah,
people
but
smoke
no
my
matter
fire and they like it. Then
even simpler than that. Starting
this
at
makes
like
you want to do that.
starting at like seed. Look, people don't understand. You can get a bag of the rapid rooters or the what is it? Fuck, I always get it wrong.
Right.
Root riots. You get the root riots, and they're already moist straight out the bag. I mean, this is how simple it is. To put a seed in, put it under a dome, and walk the fuck away. And guess what? Most people
They
can't
can't
do
do
that. They gotta fucking soak the fuck. Oh, I gotta soak it. I gotta fucking do this. And it's like,
Gotta spray it with
damn it.
peroxide.
You know, like, and then they want to soak the seed in water overnight, right? And peroxide. Then they're gonna put it in a paper towel, get a little sprout, and then they're gonna try to squeeze that little taproot into the cube. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you pull it straight out of the bag, throw it into the fucking tray, plunk your seed down in it, put the fucking dome on it, put it under the light, and come back in 5 days, 4 days. You know, like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's how easy it is. And people just make it so difficult. That's why at this point, I'm like, if you really want me to give you the information, you got to pay for it. I'm not going to tell you
I
all
don't
this
have any
shit.
information. Me personally.
I mean,
People try
I
to
only
ask
know
me
what I
questions
read,
on my shit all the
what I
time, and I'm
hear.
like, bro, I don't like. I'll tell you some stuff, but like, if you take what I'm saying as if I'm trying to prove to you that this is the thing, it's not the
Donald,
case
what
at
up,
all.
brother? I hope you're feeling good, buddy. Hope you're feeling good, buddy.
I just like to lead by example. So then when I ride my mountain bike, you know what I mean, as an analogy, instead of trying to teach somebody how to do something, when we get to a spot where I know they're not going to ride, I'll go, let me show you how I do it. And then I ride it. And then I'll go, hey, you can follow me in. I don't tell you anything because I don't want to fuck you up. Because, you know, I just try to keep you in a good mind state. And if you want to follow me in because you've seen me do it, and then you'll follow me in on the right speed and do it. But if not, I'm not going to try to sit there and teach you about it because I noticed I'm not good at doing that. I'm just better at doing it and then saying, hey, you can do it like that, but you're going to have to try.
I just think of it like, hey, if you like what I'm doing, I have no reason to lie to you about fucking. And I feel like for the last 2 years, I've been screaming at the top of the roof about just a simple way of doing this and how you can do it over and over and over and get a lot, and nobody can take it serious. So if they just must not want to learn to grow weed. They don't care about that or something. Like, and that's not even. You don't have to grow the same way I do. There's just basics that about just keeping your tent full or keeping your space full and doing it over and over and over. No matter how you decide to do it, what media you use, you got to understand how to water. You got to understand how your light works. You got to understand, a few different things.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so
the
where Donald
basics are so elementary that if you can't get the building blocks of growing down, just
Yeah.
the basic essential building blocks of growing down, then looking into things further and past that and beyond that is just
It's a
it's
waste.
fucking exercise in futility. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time trying to worry about living soil if you can't keep a plant alive.
Right.
All right.
If you can't even start,
If you can't figure out watering, then what the fuck does it matter if you have your VPD correct?
right.
You understand? So if you
or why
can't
are you
get
using a bloom
essentials
booster?
yeah, if you can't get the essentials down, if you can't grow a plant with the basic 3-part nutrients, you certainly don't need to start adding other things.
No.
Right?
Brewing
You
teas
need to be able to
and
do it as
fucking
simplistically as possible. And once you can do it simplistically, successfully, then I think maybe you should move on to add other things. Or, hey,
ooh,
fucking really weird idea, but why not just settle with the success and continue doing it successfully instead
Right.
of
You
always
don't
constantly
have
trying to add and
right.
move and manipulate and create and fucking and
I-
just little fucking jolt at everything until you
Bro,
Where
have
else is there
a
crossovers?
process.
Where else is there crossovers in life like this?
Nowhere.
No, there is. There's some like where
Very
I'm trying to ones that you guys, because I'll say some mountain bike shit. I'm trying to get y'all to say, like mountain biking. People show up with the nicest shit, but they don't know how to ride at all. Right?
Yeah.
They have everything, the nicest bike. They have all the pads.
Driving cars.
I was going to
Race
say
car.
car shows. You can go to car shows, see really nice cars,
No shit about it.
and don't know shit. Like,
Don't
what
know
engine
shit
is
about
that?
building
I
or
don't
nothing.
know.
No shit about building it. Fucking probably couldn't drive it if they had to.
They don't even know what kind of wheels are on it. I mean, like,
Couldn't explain to you what a gear ratio's difference is. I mean,
So that's
it's
the perspective that I'm coming from. I feel like when I'm trying to tell people, I'm not teaching nobody. I'm saying I'm the guy at the car show with the nice car, but I can't build this hot rod. But I got this bad motherfucker, and I'll take care of it.
But see, that's just the whole thing. Like, if you can do it, fuck if you need to explain it, as long as it works.
Yeah.
I can't explain some of the shit I do because it's based on looking and
can't
hearing
say that.
and seeing.
I
You know what I
think
mean?
people should figure out whatever growing, weed, however it works best for them. It works really good, and they get that down.
Yeah,
Keep
stick
doing
with it.
that. And if you want to experiment, get another tent. Get another
Why
space.
experiment?
Yeah.
Are you trying to
Well, I
experiment
mean-
your way into fucking Frankenstein, bud? Just
No, no.
Some people just
Experiments
like,
work pretty good though for some people need that shit.
what I mean by, like, maybe they want to try the air pot or the water,
Oh,
self-watering
yeah,
thing,
well.
and they want to do that on the fucking side,
But,
or but
Yeah.
don't fuck with your main shit. Don't
Yeah.
go in there and change everything around on your main grow and then fuck that up and then not have any weed.
Well, experimenting kind of got my personality type.
I mean, I don't
Experiment got me where I'm at.
do much experiment. Experiment to me is maybe I'll top this one this time and go 2 weeks. 18
Yeah.
six.
That's what I mean.
Like,
experiment.
Everything's an experiment, kind of.
I mean, but listen,
I mean-
what I'm saying by experiment is, if you can grow a plant successfully with the basic building blocks of 3, why would you change everything
Yeah,
about
it's
what
hard
you
to-
just did and go into hydro or switch
Right.
that and go into cocoa?
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Switch into
Did
an
you-
all
yeah.
living soil. Why the
'Cause the
fuck are
whole-
you going to change up
Spend
the
like-
winning recipe?
spend like a
And-
year and a half
That makes
dialing something in and doing one run and being like, hell yeah, I killed it.
Got
Now,
it. Now
now
let's do hydro. Yeah, for out of here. Like, for
That's
real?
funny. That's
That's
exactly
shocking.
how I did it too.
That,
Why would you do that though?
Because
Or-
I'm
You don't know what better is. You don't know that it's good.
That's
no,
You
cheap.
know that you
Yeah.
just, I don't know.
I like figuring things out for myself, right? So if I can sit there and I like to figure it out. If you tell me it can't be done this way, I want to fucking see if it can.
Did you see the look on his face? Hey, your camera's on.
Oh,
Oh, wait, what? No gay?
that's crazy. That's crazy. No, that's 100%. Listen, I get it. There's people that like to fidget and do stuff. I'm one of them too, but like, I know my limitations too. Like, I stick with what I know works, and I try not to. Oh yeah.
all I was going to say is
All right.
don't experiment with your main grow.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
experiment with your main shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, I mean, maybe you do hydro. Maybe you do get another tent. You do a couple hydros, and you figure out fucking boom, and you're
Not-
even better at that.
Let's keep it
You
real.
know? So now that becomes your main thing.
Let's keep it real. Not everybody's built to experiment. Some people are. Some people
Oh, and-
have a logical mind
Well-
and they can work through experiments. Some people are retarded and their experiment will turn into a bunch of dumb shit.
Experiment.
And that's exactly true. And there's also a difference and I'll also clarify that if you're doing it to experiment and you're not relying on it for your medicine or your medication and you don't need this, okay, that's a different story. Fucking around and finding out is a different story than I need medicine. Let's try and switch everything up.
Yeah. Well, and there's the difference between experimenting and never getting it right and always changing shit up. That's not experiment.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Yep.
you never fucking got it
It's
right.
chasing.
Right.
Yep.
You know?
Well, I was doing good and switching. So I would like have a good grow and then I go back to DWC with drip hydro and I'd try that out again. And
Yeah.
then I would go but I was having good grows. Every grow was good. I wasn't like upset or I wasn't trying to get better. I was just, trying to figure out where I wanted to be with it all.
Without a doubt. I mean, listen, I'm saying people that can't grow shouldn't try and experiment. If you can
No,
grow,
fuck no. If you
figure
don't
it
know how
out.
to grow, you better not.
Fuck around, But if you're having a hard time finishing a plant successfully, you definitely don't need to change things up the next way.
Yeah, now I know where you're coming from. You're coming from that
That's
standpoint.
Chiba Man.
Yeah,
Where's
like
where's Chiba?
But that's
That's
where
what
I'm
I'm
at.
saying. That's what
Yeah.
Chiba does. He
I'm not
switches
against-
every
yeah.
fucking round.
I'm not against people expanding their knowledge base. I'm for that, actually. If you can figure it out and learn it and be successful at it, good for you. Another click on the belt, another,
Once you
check in a box. That's
once
good.
you figure it
But-
out, I mean, it's a whole different. I mean, it's a whole different thing.
But if you can't
The
do
people
it,
don't
Yeah.
understand. Yeah, people don't understand the line of okay, fuck, I can do this. I can do it this way. I can do it over and over and over. Great. Now I can
oh
maybe I
shit,
can
my
try
plants are
this.
dead. Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
shit, my plants
like
died. I must have
you
needed
know.
hydro.
Yeah.
Oh, my plants are dead. I must have needed a living soil. Oh,
Just-
my plants.
yeah.
going
Oh,
to
I must
show,
have needed
going
700 watt light.
going
Yeah,
to
mine
show
was
to
different
show
than
to
that.
show, doing different things to your plants, doing everything to your plant.
I was
Like,
more
look,
like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
there's things you can do to your plant, and then there's too much. Like, just because there's a lot of things you can do to a plant doesn't mean you can do it all to a plant.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and that's what people do. They'll go over to levels. Oh, wow, look, they're strip all the leaves. They'll go over to somebody else's. Oh, look, they're bending over their plants. They're bending over their plants. And go to somebody else. Oh, look, they're lollipopping all the fucking shit and leaving only 3 nodes at the top. So now they're lollipop. So now they got this plant that's bent over, no leaves, and 3 little nodes at the top.
Yeah, no good.
No. Yeah, my experiments are more like I need more time away from the grow, and I don't want to have to water twice a day or something. So I'm going to go to DWC because I've done DWC a handful of times and see how that works this time doing the whole flower room DWC. So then I switch everything out. But before I did that, I did a test downstairs in a 4x4 with a DWC system, a whole entire grow all the way through before I put it upstairs. And then, it was all an experiment because I flooded upstairs a couple of times and I was like, I'm not doing DWC upstairs ever again. I'm just notorious to do something wrong with water somewhere at some point in time. So, and then an experiment with, quick flip with a bunch of plants or less than, getting plants bigger. And then I experimented with that, but you couldn't tell I was experimenting. I was keeping my shit full. Everything looked the same kind
Well,
of.
because
slightly different.
you know the fundamentals of how to grow a plant.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Again,
That's the
that's it.
difference. Once
If
you
you can't
learn how
plant
to
alive,
grow,
fucking around is not the way to go.
how do you know it really worked for you if you didn't know how to fucking grow a plant to begin with? Like,
That's
just
all
like,
I
I
say to
switched-
some of these new growers that.
I switched this nutrients and fuck my shit. It's fucking fantastic now. It's like, dude, maybe you just got better.
Well, that's what you would hope happens. I mean,
I mean,
experience, right? Comes with experience. So, I mean, I get it.
well, and it's how quick do you want to get there? Do you want to learn from your own mistakes or you want to learn from all the ones I already made? Because I made a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other side of it.
Spend a lot of money with making mistakes. I mean, you could do that, or you could.
Bro, you could, you
Keep
can go down a
experimenting.
fucking rabbit hole chasing equipment. Goddamn. You know how much I want? Like, listen, that would be a nuggie. How much is a full AC Infinity grow setup for a 4x4 with all the new intelligent AI components?
I can tell you, they have no idea.
Well, Nuggy Tech's out of the loop. All right. So it's probably around $1,700.
I was thinking about 1,700. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All right. And that's
What?
for 110. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Bro,
Bro,
I don't even have-
$1,700 worth of equipment.
I don't even have 1,700 in all of my grow equipment together.
Well, but
If it's
listen,
brand
if
new.
you're a fucking new grower and you don't know shit and you want to be successful, what's the best way to be successful? Start with the best equipment. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're growing equipment at that point, but not plants.
Oh, they're on sale right now. You can get a Grow Tent Depot for $1,000, but that's $1,000 out of your pocket. Right off
Well,
the bat,
hold on, does that have environmental controls with it? Because You're gonna need that Thermoforge blaster, and you're gonna need the
Oh
fucking
no, no, no,
humidifier,
no,
the
no. No,
EU,
see, it doesn't have all that.
AC.
Just a light, a couple fans, fucking
Oh,
tent.
fuck that. Going all in. It's like $1,800. And then you're where? And then you're where exactly? You still have no plant. You know?
Well, if you don't know how to grow a plant, it doesn't really even fucking matter what setup you got.
Yeah,
Well,
but
what
if you all
don't
that
know how
stuff's
to grow?
good though,
Is it
if you
having
got
the best
money and you
equipment?
want cool stuff.
And that's the thing. That was
Like if I can
like
grow, if I already know how to grow, then it's cool that stuff's there. If I have
Yeah.
money, so I can purchase cool shit. But
nice.
if I don't know how to grow, it's like, what the fuck? That stuff is not needed yet at all. It shouldn't even be
Well,
talked about in the beginning.
But okay, what's the mindset of a successful person gonna be? I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna have the proper equipment, and I'm gonna grow it the right way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So if I had more
I'm
money,
gonna spend that money.
I would probably buy
They're gonna spend the
nicer
money.
tents. I would buy, nicer sensors. I'd buy nicer fans. I'd buy all
Why
that
though?
shit. Why? Because I would want it. Like if I had money, to me, it makes no sense not to have the best shit. First of all, I'll just get that away. That's how I look at everything. So if I can have the best there is, period, and have the nicest experience, then I would like to have that one. But I don't have money, so I'm never thinking that way.
All right.
But if I had a little bit of
with
money,
that mentality and no experience or knowledge,
Yeah,
is
right.
it still the same thing? Like, do you want the best
yeah,
of
that's what I'm
everything,
saying.
even if
People
you don't
have
know how to
that.
use it?
Exactly. People have that, but they don't know how to grow, though.
Have you seen Hey Nuggy? Did you see Well Rounded Novice's new video?
Who is
No,
this?
Oh my god.
I mean, it
Play
hasn't changed in years. So
No, it's bad. It's
is
really
it
bad.
that bad?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh,
always
yeah.
been bad.
It's 5 weeks into flower. Fucking
So put it this way: you got a garage. If you have a garage, right? Say you got a nice vehicle. If you had the money and the time, wouldn't you rather have like a badass man cave garage with a nice hot rod in there you've been working on for the last decade? That's how I look at it. So if I could upgrade shit in my grow like that, I would. But it's not for somebody who's not really into that. If you're just building your hot rod, it's not for you to be doing all that other shit. It's really not. So I do see the place for nice shit, but it's
I
like
agree.
predatory marketing. They're marketing
That's it.
to the
That's it
wrong
exactly.
people.
Because they advertise to the
Well,
beginner grower.
people.
Go and
Yep.
join up
Well,
with
and
the
it's not.
fucking Spider
It's not
Infinity.
just the. It's not just the new growers. You got to remember, most of these people are coming in because they can't afford to keep buying weed, right? So they got to grow their own. So when they're coming in, a lot of them can't afford to fucking buy a big grow setup like that. But they do it. They'll spend every dime they got to fucking scrape and scrimp and buy the shit that they think they need and use the Gromies code and it's like, oh man, why'd you do all that? Like,
Yep.
you could have did way more for so less.
Well, even if you could, yeah, but that's just the whole thing. Like you're gonna go and spend 2 G's on a thought. Fine, I don't care how people spend their money. That's perfectly okay. In fact, I wish more people that couldn't grow would buy the best equipment so I can buy it on the secondary market.
Buy better equipment so I can
honest.
get it cheaper on the secondary.
Yeah, honest to God, when you buy the best equipment and you don't know how to fucking use it and sell it, I'm down to buy it. You understand? I love it. I love seeing it happen. And also, it just goes to show that not everybody's cut out to do this shit.
No, not everybody's a good grower, bro.
That's okay.
So maybe you should try it out a little while and see if you can do it before you go out and buy the fucking Dodge Viper. Maybe you should see if you can fucking handle the speeds before you're out buying a Viper.
Right, it'd be like me buying a Dodge Viper and I live on a fucking old country back fucking gravel road. Let's
for you.
Go. And then realize, man, why do I keep bottoming out everywhere? I'm fucking this car up.
It's just like me buying a Tesla living where I live. There's somebody that actually has one.
Uh,
I wouldn't
Drives it
surprise
up and down this road, it's snowy, fucking potholes.
But
It's not the right.
but
It's not
yeah,
the right.
I mean, it's not the right choice, and it's not a good fit for you. And if it's not, cool. But you know, like, damn, why'd you have to go spend all that money? You're not getting it back.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just keeping it real, you know,
again,
because if I could
what
afford
people
all that
say in
shit,
NPR don't really affect me, but I just think that it's hilarious because you see so much failure out there, and they have great equipment. Like, yeah, I'm flowering under the fucking
Dude,
what's
I
his name?
love
Grandmaster levels. Flower under the GML tarantula, and he's got like these 3 little spindly plants
yeah.
and fucking solo cups and
Dude,
shit.
I
It's
love the
You know what I
well-rounded
mean?
novice's room. His room
Oh my
and
God.
his setup is fucking
This,
fantastic.
yeah.
Oh, I don't
His
know.
plan-
Is that him? Because I'm not talking about anybody in specific. I just made a statement.
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
know if
talking
that
about the
applies
guy
to
I'm
him or
talking about. But I was watching it this morning
His
and
room-
he's at five
I like a
pieces
lot of
flour.
people's rooms.
His $25,000 room is fucking amazing, but he just can't use it.
That's exactly my point. Like, why the fuck you have that? Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can figure out how
Yeah,
to
let me
fucking
get a
figure
room
it out.
like that. That's what I'm saying. Like where I'm at now, if you give me a room like that, bro, I'll have a whole brand. I'll
I
be
mean,
a
that's
fucking
like a
craft
chick
farmer
with really
someday.
nice boobs that won't show them to you. You know?
Fucking shit. Oh
I
man.
was like,
All that shit's
oh
so
my
nasty.
Oh,
god.
solventless bacon vape. I like his setup. They're pretty cool. His room, walking down the middle and shit, 2 rows. I like that. It's nice and calm and relaxed.
Oh yeah.
He just throws a trellis over that bitch. You don't do
Let's see.
hardly shit.
What do I
He
gotta
seems like a
do
real
here?
chill dude.
Present. Share the screen. Oof.
If I ever learn how to share screen or present something on a show, it's over for YouTube because I'm taking over.
You know what's funny is it takes less skill to do that than it does to learn how to wipe your ass.
You know, that's really funny that you say that. My
Because you
arms,
still
see
don't
that?
wipe your own ass.
He still don't know how to wipe his own ass.
my arms don't reach. That's it.
Can you,
I
can
got
you see
little
that?
T-Rex arms.
Yeah, we
Can you
see.
see that?
Yep.
Okay, let me
I
make
don't know
it
about
bigger.
here yet. But
Oh, damn, you got a big porn collection.
Holy
Back
shit!
to
Look
the
at this.
Spider Farmer Battle of the Breeders. Number 1.
Yo,
This video
listen,
is brought to you by
that all
Spider
PVC
Farmer.
pipe?
That's SE1000. Got 4 of those in here,
I see.
and 2
Somebody grew up playing with
SE7000s.
Connect.
Half of them are probably
This is what I'm
about 3 or
talking about.
4
This is
years
what I
old.
want.
Half of them are about a year and a half old, and they're all still cranking
well,
hard and
if
awesome.
I had a room like
If
this,
you
it would
want to
not
get
be
some
set
Spider
up
Farmer
like this.
gear,
That's for goddamn
you want to get a
sure.
discount on
They
it,
look like somebody been playing with
you
Connect.
can use the
their
code
whole life.
WELL-ROUNDED. It'll get you 3% off on Amazon and 8% off on the Spider Farmer website. But back to
That's
where
what
we were.
Legos
Just
used
walked
to
in
be
here
to
for the
you
first
fucking
time
millennials.
this
They used to
week.
be
This is the first
Connect.
of
8% don't even
week
cover
8.
my
Last came out
tax
about
here.
30 or 40 minutes ago.
Bro, if I had all that equipment,
Excuse me. This is the first of
fuck.
week 5.
Kidding me?
This came out about 40
Look at
minutes
those
ago.
trellis
Fuck.
fucking
And everything is looking fairly solid here.
nice.
Week 4 was a little iffy. They really got
Those
cranking
look
during
like
week 4. Now they're looking like they're
fabric
pretty much on
trellises.
track.
You
Hopefully
guys
for
wouldn't
some
want to use
solid
those. You get
quality
those
product by
little,
the end of this. But yeah, first day of week 5.
those little strings in your bud.
Fibers.
Propane
Yeah.
burner kicking
Fuck
on.
Yeah,
those.
get the
Let's
little
start with this
fibrous
Tiki
buds.
over here.
You know,
I'm just
that.
looking at all the
Tiki, built by
lights and the
TEC's,
DQ and the
Go
fans.
gravity
And
cross
fucking...
Delta driver.
Look at
It's looking
that.
I'm just
There's
looking at all the
fucking
floor
clear.
you can see.
What about the
Oh, you're
sticks?
looking at the
Great
plants.
floor.
I'm not looking at the
Where's
plants.
the
Those are not
floor?
even worth looking at.
I'm looking at all the
Nothing is super
floor.
developed yet, but
Yeah,
these
I'm
buds
looking
are
at the
actually kind of hard
equipment.
to- How hairy they look.
He even got the
Lots of
mirror. Look at the
buds.
mirror over there.
Little buds around them.
Hey, here's a grow tip.
Spread
Are you
out
ready
around
for this?
left.
This is
one
a
in the
grow
banana
hack.
bark up to the left.
If your
Yeah,
plants
spread
look
out
like
down the
this,
stem, so I
you
think
should
it'll be
paint your floor
nug,
black
nug.
so at least
But
it
hopefully I get
pops
decent
whenever
yield
you
off
show
this,
them.
and they'll be rock hard, frosty, amazing stuff. This is a
You know what I
And
mean?
I'm not trying to
Got the
be
black
dick,
floor.
candy smelling
but
thing so
showing
far.
this, but
Next on the list is the
No.
Sonic Sharp from
This is
in-house.
the
Another
dick.
black
Turn
floor.
it down a little bit, Chop. We
This
can't
has
hear
got
you.
some of the
Yeah, we
nicest
can't
buds
hear
in the room
shit.
at this point.
okay.
Even though I think that
Or just
some
mute it.
wind, some wind damage.
Yeah,
on a
just
couple of
mute it.
buds
We
over
don't
there.
even
Got
need
some-
to hear what he's saying.
What were you saying?
Like,
But if you
well,
paint
I
that
just
floor
want
black,
people to understand we're not trying to make fun of this guy or nothing like that. I'm only showing this because this isn't it. This isn't, you know.
Yeah,
I
this
hope
is a
isn't
terrible
what people
miss.
are going for. You know, and then the comments are like, Everybody loves it.
Just imagine if you took my light that I just showed a second ago, and then you put my flowers underneath each one of those lights. What would that room look like?
What are those controllers on the wall back there?
Be totally different. I don't know. Those are some pretty big controllers. Oh wow, those are 55-gallon drums.
No, they're not.
50
It's Alien. I think it's Alien fucking or I forget what brand it is. They're fucking it's EWC RDWC.
How much do you think that plant has on it right there?
2 ounces.
I mean, realistically, it's probably close to a pound.
That
No, it
plant.
is not.
Because
No,
the
it is
size
not.
of
Not
the plant
even
is like a
close.
5x5
Not
plant.
even close.
You think after it grows
Yeah,
all the way
even
out?
close.
That's not. But it's not filling up a 5x5. If it
Yeah,
was
dog. I
filling
mean,
up a
you can
5x5,
see everything through it. You see the floor, you see the wall, you can see the fucking plant behind it. You can see everything.
All right, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's
Dude,
pretty
week
bad,
5,
honestly.
Week 5.
It'd be really
guys,
cool if
I
he
mean,
would get
that's
on
all.
point with training.
It's
Do I
almost time
think-
to start, doing your nutrient restriction. So I mean, this is a loss. It's unfortunately.
Look at it back there. Man, what a
I
crazy-
probably grew as much weed in my room as he has in his room. He has like fucking 9 lights or something.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Like your grows fill out. This isn't ever gonna fill out.
Yeah, nothing against him or nothing like that, but he really needs to go in and figure out how he can maximize that light. Like he's not even filling
No,
up
he
the
thinks
light.
he thinks he is.
Touching it.
Very unfortunate.
And he will not fucking he's like Channel 4, like trying to tell him
Oh, he-
something.
Oh
he
yeah,
thinks he's
he
the
won't,
truth.
he won't listen.
He just fuck faced
Oh
that
yeah,
main
yeah. This
cola.
is. Look at his room. Look at what you grow. I mean, shit. He grows trees. You grow shit. That's how
But
this
look
guy
at the
is.
piping. Look, that guy has a fortune. He must have got a fucking deal on PVC.
That's what I'm saying. If I could have all this shit right here, I would love to have all this.
What
shit.
was it? How much did he say he spent on this room? I can't remember now. Was it
25,000.
20,000? 25.
What? That's 9 lights and then all the auto setups. Because, you could have populated that however you wanted. He did it like this. You could have did it with scaffolds. You could have did it in 10 other ways that was more fucking amiable than PVC pole sticks. Look, I mean, you can't move around
Well,
in there.
look
If
at
you
the-
take out one of those legs, it's
those-
a wrap.
Bro, I could
And I
leave
hope
it
people
just like
understand,
that and still do good.
Those aren't colas. Those aren't colas.
He just really
It's not about
missing
the
like
room, it's about the grower. And that's the
exactly.
whole-
He could take exactly what he has now and fill it completely out each space without changing anything. But I mean, you
Oh,
could
and-
grow
well, that's
Pica
the
And
thing.
only
Salvo.
do it.
If you guys,
He
if
can
you
do
guys
it
don't,
twice a year. And
He's just not doing it though.
well, no, he does fill it out. Like whenever before he strips, they look pretty goddamn good, pretty decent.
Why
And then
are
he
they
comes
like?
in here and he strips
are they got so
everything
much
off of
leg?
it, and it looks like this.
Because he
Why is it
in
like
high
this? I don't
school,
understand. Like the secondaries have no buds on it hardly even. There's only like a couple bud sites on the secondaries.
Yeah, top. Just tops and then the ancillaries right underneath them, like in those the small stemmed ones. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever grown a plant and it's done this and I kept it. Like if it did this, I threw it away. You know,
Yeah.
but he did that to the plant. I think he deleted the shit out of it, right?
Yeah, he's a
Well,
swazer.
it's over vegged. There's not enough there. I mean, it's just this is. I mean, if you owned this room and this was your grower, you would walk in and go, "What the fuck? Like, where's all the weed? Like, what are we doing here?"
I don't think we're
I would
maximizing
fire
the
that.
space here, buddy.
I mean,
Well, it's a big enough room. He should have 2 fucking, you know, 2 rows basically.
Bro, the fucking branch. Some of the branches are like 8 feet tall, bro.
And
I
they're
know.
black.
Touching the fucking
and there's
touching
nothing
the
on
lights,
it.
tickling the lights.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing on it.
So this is the Grow Bosses thing. So if the light's right at the top, what is the light at the bottom? Is that right? Where's the light right at on that plant?
And
You know,
and
where's the A bud starting the
what
B
is he
bud?
gonna
Where's the A bud stopping
what
the
is
B
he
bud
gonna
start?
what is he gonna sit here and tell you and show you for almost 19 minutes that's gonna make you go, yeah, you know, I need a spider farmer.
Yeah.
I think I need a spider farmer.
You know
I-
what
like,
would change everything about this? If
That's
my
the best
VP
plan in
was
there.
better. If I had
Like-
here.
Yep.
If I had the pulse
It's just
monitoring,
probably
here,
better
I
genetics.
could tell if I had the VPD on.
Why'd he
Point.
keep touching all the hairs? He's
I
fucking
don't
idiot.
know, but he needs to stop
Mm.
touching shit.
You don't
He's
touch the
fucking-
hairs.
he's
They'll
finger
fucking.
fucked
You can
every
make
bud
the
in
bud
that
not develop correctly if you keep
yeah,
doing that.
you're gonna bruise them. You're
Dude,
gonna
he
bruise them
finger
up.
fucked that baby bud, the main apical
Jesus
bud on that first
Christ.
plant, and I was like, Jesus, what the fuck is the one that's supposed to be the biggest for? What inspires you to do this shit?
I think
To
they, I
damage
think you
these
should
things?
squeeze it really hard.
Oh,
See how hard you can
like
squeeze
this, just fucking
Squeeze all the water out of it.
yeah. Put the grip on it. It makes it come
Fucking
back better,
Hulk-
like a sponge. You
Hulk
know, when you
smash.
squeeze out a sponge, it comes back better. Yeah,
But I
do
mean,
that.
look right there. You can actually count how many fucking tops he's got. Realistically,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
you shouldn't look at a plant and be able to go, "Oh yeah, look, there's that 1, 2, 12
Look, dog,
tops."
if you spent time growing that, you fucking wasted time.
Oh yeah,
that's
push it
a
over
waste
a little bit.
of time and space. But if it's an experiment, I guess that makes it
Hey,
okay.
whoever this dude is,
No, this is every time.
Look at that one. Look at that plant. That one's not too bad. That one.
That's what I said. He's
Oh,
got
okay.
2 plants in there that are okay-ish.
legs are still too big.
They are.
Yeah, I mean that definitely should
But I
have been
could-
more. But
And that
but
plant's
that's,
not actually spread out really. It's kind of bunched up.
I wonder if
really
he's
is.
doing this to see what the difference is with
no
this.
schwazi or something.
Yeah. Because he normally does every one of them, and this one hasn't been
This
Swazi.
one wasn't schwazi. It's still got too big of leaves on it. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
hey,
He had
wait
enough
and see when
time.
the buds connect. Well, just wait and see
He-
when the buds connect on that, and see if he can draw the parallel between pulling leaves off and bud connection. And see if he
Yeah,
can
it's-
draw that parallel.
Hey,
But look at the legs on that. Holy shit.
look at that mirror, dude. That's a nice mirror.
He should have mirrors
That's awesome.
all around the walls,
That's also
Yeah.
ceiling,
doubles his
floor.
the
That's a
porn
fucking
room.
beautiful mirror.
That's $2,000 of that 25 grand.
There's another one on the other wall over there too.
4,000. So now we're mirrors and
Yeah, them
lights.
big mirrors.
Well, I ain't even hardly
Turn
looked
it
at the
into a
plants the
magic
whole
show.
time. I'm just checking out the room. The room is nice.
Turn it into a magic show. If his humidifier puts out that cold smoky smoke humidity, then it's all
Oh.
smoke, mirrors, and lights. It's a
He lives
fucking-
in a house where his fucking blinds are inside a double pane window. Look at that.
Mhm.
Good
Nice.
God. What in the fuck?
I bet the
I
tile
I
in
can
that
see
room.
through, I can see through the whole row of plants.
Yeah, you can
Not
see
even
everything.
through one. You see all the way to the wall. Like
You can see in the mirror and back at it.
Yeah,
I
this
see
is
myself looking through
Like,
it.
shout out to him though. He's growing weed. You know, at least he's gonna have some weed. Some people can't even fucking grow weed, so at least he's growing some. But he's like really missing the mark on filling it out. And the legs.
Growing some?
Yeah, there's a little weed in there.
Listen, he's
You're
gonna
being
have something to
nice.
smoke at the end. There'll be something to smoke. But this is just the whole
Okay,
difference.
think
Yeah, there'll
about
be
it
some
though.
weed in there.
That's all gonna
You're gonna
dry.
finish that,
And when
but
that
did you win?
dries, it's gonna be so small. Oh.
Yeah, definitely.
When you finish that, did you win?
Oh, I'm not saying it's a win, but I'm saying there is. If
It's
you're going
all
to make
in-
a chart and you're going to put the things that you gain and things you lost, he is going to have weed at the end. He's going to gain some weed.
You're gonna gain a fucking electric bill is what you're gonna gain.
Oh,
There you go,
yeah. His
touching it
on the
again.
lost side, it's going to be pretty heavy. Electricity bills definitely outweigh the weight here on this one.
Water bill, nutrient bill, PVC bill.
Mirror bill.
And he's still
Hold the
using the
fuck on.
fucking
Could you
corded
imagine having to
nylon
clean down
trellis.
all that PVC? Could you imagine having to wipe down all that PVC? That's a lot of fucking PVC wipe downs.
I wonder if he reuses those trellises because they stay sticky and shit. Ugh, why does it
No,
have
he cuts them out.
spots all over it?
He cuts them out.
Well, that's probably smart.
Got
Look, and he's
yellow
telling you.
spots.
He's still telling you all about it.
Look at it. Look at those yellowing spots all in the bud. That's a problem. See it?
Mhm.
What the fuck? What's going
That's
on here?
because he's giving too much nitrogen still in flower.
Fucking look at the plant. I mean,
Yeah, that's
I mean, it
strange
was
looking. I
good.
wouldn't even
This is-
continue to flower that
I
out
bet-
if it started
I
doing
bet
that.
he's running a high SEC too. I bet.
Probably uses.
With no, yeah, he's gonna have to. No leaves. The plant ain't got no stored food at all. It's fucked. It's like already knows it's gonna die here soon.
Man, that's what a shame. Who is that?
Yep.
Oh, the well-rounded
well-
gardener. Whatever.
Well-rounded retard.
Let's see. Where is it?
Well, maybe he'll do better some other. Maybe whoever inherits his garden will do better than him.
Well, let's hope. I mean, if they quit, it would probably just be better. It would.
Well,
you know,
I mean, he
you
might
don't
pass all that equipment on to grandkids or something. They might be good gardeners.
There's the code.
Uh,
There's the code. Well-rounded.
I'll buy it from your grandkids.
There's your code right there. I mean, the equipment.
Who's the number one? First fucking comment.
Levels.
No,
Oh, no shit. It is.
this is fucking. You can't even. It's like life is a fucking movie, bro. Life is a fucking movie sometimes. You know.
So that's fire in Levels' eyes. And listen, Levels is the biggest content creator we know. So
He's not the biggest content creator.
dog. He's
by
got
any
more
means.
followers than all of us.
He's not even a content creator. He's just he goes live.
He's got more followers than all of
Fire.
us.
Thanks for
Oh,
the
no,
point.
he's- Yeah, he's a
Mm,
he's
And
a
that's
what do you call him? He's an
fire in
influencer.
looking nice.
mm.
He's an
Yeah.
influencer.
God,
Okay.
that's not the influence I want.
Well, good lord.
Content creator is
Listen,
somebody
I'm
that can edit and shit like that. I think that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
It's disrespectful that the two platforms combine the two things, like influencers.
we're still fucking going.
It's sad.
We still got 4 minutes of this shit.
Oh,
Bro.
listen, it's
No,
still
yeah.
4 minutes of the same shit. It's I don't need to
That
look
one
at a
was
dead
calm.
body
I don't
for
know.
5 hours.
I feel like he's walked
You're gonna
around
walk
and
over.
gave us each angle of each plant over and over again.
Oh,
just a
there it
different
is.
angle.
There he is touching
Okay.
the fucking apical.
Fucking touching the fucking buds again.
Boy, he's a
Ah.
tit. That
How you
motherfucker.
supposed,
touching
how you supposed to smell it if you
That
don't
plant's
touch it?
heavy in
rubbed-
nitrogen. Look at it.
I'd
Oh,
rub
it's
the
falling?
What do you need
stem.
to smell it for? It's growing right now.
Well,
Yeah, you don't need to
for
touch
Leave
me,
it the fuck alone.
for,
Stop.
for
stop
me, I
murdering
can
the
smell it
girls.
without touching it.
Yeah, you don't have to touch it to smell it.
Listen, Joe
just
Biden, stop sniffing the
I-
little ladies.
I just do a stem rub. I'll rub the stem and get it.
Just let them grow and then smoke them.
Yeah, so
Yo,
I don't have nothing against dude or nothing like that. Like I'm not trying to hate on him or this is nothing against him as a
I've
man
never
or
seen this guy.
whatever.
Seen this
But
guy before.
The plants in the room though seem to be like missing the mark. And I'm not saying
look
that
at
like
the fucking.
like
Oh
this
my
dude
god,
sucks.
they're
I'm saying that
on
like
cinder blocks.
there's so much potential here. You know?
They're on cinder blocks.
Yeah, because
There's
it's
so much
easier to
potential.
raise them up off the floor with cinder blocks. And those buckets are heavy as fuck.
Well, it's tile, isn't it? Isn't the floor tile?
Maybe.
You got cinder blocks on fucking tile floor.
Look, how come you got a black fan? You spend all that money on all that white shit. Got white fans everywhere else. About one black fan. What the fuck?
They ran it. They ran out.
They must have ran out, huh? They were like,
Yeah,
fuck
they
it.
ran out.
Don't worry about keeping his aesthetic.
He's got one. He's got one on pre-order.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
That's nuts.
Wow.
But I'm gonna return that fan next week because it doesn't match the aesthetic.
But
It's
look at that. Oh my god.
throwing off my room's feng shui.
The way this room is set up is just fucking blasphemy, dude.
Well, you could do the same. I'd do the same way, except those would all be tables under them lights, and I'd have fucking. Ugh.
I would do 2 rows,
Every couple weeks, I'd be fucking.
even maybe 3. It looks
Flipping
like
a table.
3 rows.
Yeah, you could do so much. All this is crazy for what
Dog,
he's
if you
getting.
stacked all that shit up, and set it outside of fucking the room, you just stacked up all that equipment outside the room, it would be so much better than the way it's set up in there right now.
Yeah, it's sitting in
Yeah.
a storage unit, locked up with a padlock. Would be much better off than what it's doing right now.
But it would probably get more yield that way.
I mean, you probably would.
Yeah. I think so.
But honestly, you could set that up a lot better than this. Why the fuck would you set it like that?
This is not efficient at all. This is not.
That's the whole point with the plants that are so tall and don't have any fucking leaves on them. It's just fucking wicked.
Look at over there. Look at that one over there in the corner. That is crazy. Look at the legs on that thing. Just fucking.
Well, look at the
Dude,
top.
He's had some. You see how high the ceilings are right there.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at-
Why aren't the
He's had the lights up on the ceiling, and the plants were fucking up to the fucking. The legs were like taller than us.
Okay, I guess.
Crazy.
That seems a bit excessive.
But see, that's the stuff that kind of stuff that people are getting information from, and it just like I was somebody. They came out with the new Grow Bible, 4th edition. Everybody's probably seen that. They come up with this, and somebody was showing some pages in it, and they were showing like a small plant, and the pictures that they were showing were a fucking 2 tall lean.
Get
They
out
were
of here.
bending over a tall plant and tying it to the bucket. I was like, no.
This is how you mitigate the pigeon perch. Yeah. See, when you get the 2 tall lean, you bend it over into a pigeon perch.
I was like, wow, no.
That's crazy. If Dunk's guess is right, he said a half
I
pound
know.
light probably.
It is. It is
And
because
Then
well,
4 of his lights are like my 1 4x4 tent.
well, he fucking did a harvest video one time.
Bro, hold on. 1
He was
gallon a
showing
day.
all the bags, and he was giving the numbers on it, dude. And the highest one was fucking a half pound.
Bro, I'm watering a 1 gallon a day in a 4x4, and I'm getting more weight than he's getting out of 4 lights. How much is he putting into those 4 or those plants under those 4 lights? How much fucking like what the fuck, dude? He's like times 10 of what I'm doing.
I'm always like almost double what he does in a 2x4. Like
Huh?
his one plant for 8 ounces. And that's a 4x4 area for 8 ounces. That's fucking brutal.
Yeah, that's
But
it's
listen,
crazy to
he's
think about
only
how
in there-
much water and nutrients in each one of those containers. And then you start timesing that up and start adding it all up. And then you're like, well, damn, actually, he's like using times 10 of what some people can do in efficiency.
And he's
Oh,
also in there stripping, plumbing, fucking scrubbing, cleaning, filling.
Yeah, the time to make
restoring. Lots of
But
time
that's good.
spent in that room.
That's a good time cleaning. But like all the other shit he's doing, he's wasting.
Yeah, but that still takes. You know how long it probably takes him to clean all that system out.
Cleaning up
Oh,
those
yeah.
plants.
That's what you were saying. I thought you were like cleaning the
Flushing out that
floor,
residue
making sure
system.
equipment's wiped off.
No,
That's all I can
having to have to scrub out and all that pipe and
Yeah, that's a lot of
Ooh.
stuff. That's a lot of stuff to clean. That's
And
why
for
I like
8
using
ounces,
the.
8 ounces of plant, fuck you. I ain't doing it.
That's why I
I-
like the bags, the quick fill bags of cocoa, because I don't have to even clean the pot no more.
Throw
So
it the
then
fuck
I don't
out.
even have to worry about cleaning the pot. It's even less time.
Ah, yeah.
I'll spend the extra, 50 cents or whatever it is, 20 cents a pot, so that I don't have to clean the pot.
I promise you that that's probably the great way to go, because that's the worst part about what I'm doing is I got to clean
Yeah.
these fucking
Cleaning the
pots. man.
fucking pots, man.
I hate cleaning pots,
sit in the
dude. I
corner.
can't stand it.
They sit in the corner, they stack up, and then I got to clean
Yep.
fucking 40 of them.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, I just did that. I just had to, I had to do, how many did I have to clean?
Fuck that.
Fucking
Yeah, I
fif-
have pots and I use them, but I like the quick
16,
fill.
oh, fuck,
I mean, I
did-
promise you, I spend more than the extra 20 cents cleaning them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's worth me throwing them the fuck away. I mean,
Now
to
imagine
be
cleaning
honest,
out 35-gallon fucking drums.
never.
You got to have a processing area dedicated to
How you
cleaning
getting it
your
out?
equipment.
Yeah, where are you going to take that pot?
What a guy like that's gonna fucking
Where's that going?
give like half of his harvest away to have fucking people come in and help trim. They're like, hey buddy,
Oh
I got
my
this-
god!
I got this big harvest coming in, bro. Why don't you come over? I'll give you a bunch of weed for fucking helping me trim.
Oh,
Oh my
You
god.
can give him an ounce and be fucking.
I bet he uses
fat.
CO2 also.
I mean,
Oh yeah, he does. Hell yeah, he does.
He had
don't
controllers
have a-
on the wall for
You
something.
don't have a room like that and not use CO2.
oh my
Either
god.
way, I mean, I think creative. That's probably, if it wasn't so fucking wasteful, that would probably be the best way to go. Is just the fucking fill bags and go. Throw them out.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not that bad in waste.
Oh,
though,
I would
really.
do.
No,
I
that's
would,
why I was choosing the fabric ones, because the fabrics are biodegradable.
Yeah,
I would
even
do. I would do a 5x5 drain table under each light, and fucking just fill them motherfuckers.
better.
And
Ebb and
stagger
flow.
it every 2
and
weeks. You
flow.
fill another table, fucking. Or you
Rock
could
wool,
even
or-
go in there at that point with a pump and just fill the tables and let it butt chug. I mean, you could. I mean,
But if you're gonna do that, you might as well use rock wool.
well, you could. But
Works either way.
I mean, I would just fill. I mean, because people don't understand. Like a big plant like that, I'll get more probably out of my 2x4 than he will that whole fucking plant. Doing
Because the
that
way he
fucking
grew that
crap.
motherfucker.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how he got that plant to respond like that's crazy. How do you get it that big and it doesn't have like a bunch of fucking coals all over it?
that's a
Weird.
lot of that's a lot of recovery
Well, all
time.
the fucking
Well,
solar
like I
panels
said,
fucking-
exactly. Yeah. That, before he does this, the plants look. I mean, granted, it still went over veg, and because it has such long legs, but before he does all this, the plants actually look good, decent. And then he fucking takes every fucking thing off, and then they look like shit.
Well, we've seen it before. Let me see if I can find something that's.
They get that spread in between their node
I've
space.
done stuff like
that
this,
long
but
internode
Because
spacing
I remember when we found this dude,
Yeah.
we were all like, "Damn, that's pretty fucking good." Besides the legs, that's pretty fucking good. And then we came back the next time, dude, and fucking, they were all stripped.
which means his air ratio is off, which is why he's got those long legs.
Well, it's the RDWC. You can't veg as long as he does, and not expect to have legs and with no training.
Yeah.
yeah, you have to have a leg mitigation training process in the flip.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is a long one.
Something.
We'll just mute him, but it's
And you would
week
also
3 flower defoliation.
you would also integrate some sort of a PGR, like a seaweed extract or something, to keep your fucking node short. You'd probably do some sort of a seaweed extract spray or a fulvic spray with something, as a fucking foliar to stop
Then
that stress.
The number one thing I've been doing is I've just been flipping the plants when the atypicals, the primaries, look like they're ready to flip. So they start to stack and they start laddering. They start making tiny little branches like they're ready to blow up into a whole new, tree right there. And then when I flip, those plants don't stretch as much as plants that don't do that. So I've been kind of
You can
premeditating
see it
that.
already. You can kind of see it
Oh, it's
already.
still
But there are good ways to mitigate that shit.
yeah. Let's see.
Strategies.
Nice
And
light.
he's not employing any of them.
Oh,
Still
he's just
looking
letting it grow
a little
into the
overbent.
net. He's not actually bending any branches. I see.
No, whoa.
I get it. Yeah, he's not doing anything. The net's not even doing shit. Support. That's wild.
They don't look bad there.
Yeah, so if he would just take all the ones that are running into the middle and start turning them, different ways, and then, he would be able to have a flat canopy probably, but he's
Look
not
at the
doing that.
PVC at the roof. Holy fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I'm telling you, he's had plants up there at the roof, dude.
Hmm.
He had it one time where it was on, like he had plants underneath, and then the plants were up top, like he
Dude,
had it
hold on.
level.
Can you imagine how long it would take to defoliate that room like he did? How much time was that? Like, it had to have
8
been at
hours
least
a
a
day.
few hours.
8 hours a day.
Had to have been a few hours.
40
minimum.
hours.
For sure.
40
The
hours.
motherfuckers putting in 40-hour weeks.
Bro, for me personally, that one squat plant over there, to get that plant to look like how he did, that'd take me probably a whole hour. You know what I
See,
mean?
that plant right there wouldn't be in my garden. It's way too spindly.
Well, and look,
I mean, everything
And look at
can be
how
put into
wide
a
he's got
program,
it. It's spindly because he's got it so wide,
and the light's too far away from it too.
and it's not getting fed right.
Like that plant next to it, it looks all right.
Yeah, but he removed 1,000 leaves off it though.
But we haven't made it there yet.
I know, but I'm just saying, just imagine the time that it would take, like that little squat.
Your preemptive hate is fucking not necessary.
Yeah.
Sir.
Oh,
He's gonna
no.
pick all the eyebrows off of them, bro. He's just gonna pluck all the fucking eyebrows.
We
off
gotta
of 'em.
we gotta act like we're shocked when it happens. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at that.
Look,
one.
I'm not hating on dude or nothing. I
Oh,
have
I know.
nothing against
I'm
dude.
just
I just
fucking
think that this is like crazy. I wouldn't grow like
No,
this.
no,
Those
okay.
are
now-
cool if you train them, but not if he does what he does.
We're not hating on you, well-rounded nose. We're hating on your
They're-
grow.
Yeah, they're actually healthy plant. I see this plant right here. This is a healthy plant, in my opinion. I like the look of it. It's a good color. It looks like it's happy. Like,
It's got good structure. You just need
Yeah,
to
the
pull
leaves.
out to the middles and out to the side, and the sides
Leaves
into
are
the
big.
middle.
look how big the
Yeah,
leaves
he
are
should've-
too.
You should have made
Just
sure you
leveling
filled
his
that lower
canopy out.
trellis nest. Yeah, you should have filled that first trellis nest first.
So what I would have done, I would have lowered the trellis net about 6 inches, and then I would have bent everything every which way, and then I would have taken the tallest ones and HST'd them, turned them into 90s, and brought them back to the middle to fill the middle.
See, there's something wrong with this plant though, because if you look like that one over there that he was just showing, part of it's tall and part of it's short.
Yeah, the light's not close
Well,
enough.
I think that's the training and the light not being there.
I'm wondering if it ain't a root issue though.
Oh,
Like
could be something.
because
Does it
could
show
be.
roots?
it seems like half the plant is short and half the plant is tall, which would make me think that some of the roots on that one side of the plant are fucked up and not growing as fast or taking in as much as the other one, or vice versa.
Could just be primaries and secondaries.
Well, as I say, it could be just training.
He could have just
Lack
trained it all
thereof.
over to one side, I guess.
Yeah,
That would be weird.
it would be. I mean, it's probably.
See that whole side's short?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It could have been turned to the right a little bit, and the branches all grew up that way. It is weird how big that plant is and how little of branches are trying to come up. You know, it should have hella branches coming up if that's the case. I don't know. I don't
That
understand.
one right there
You're
in
right.
the
It does
corner
seem
looks,
weird.
that
kinda.
one over there. That one over there in the corner looks really good though. He's gonna fuck it up.
That one's got some healthy leaves on it too.
It just sucks though, because those ones are already in the light. These the front side don't fucking. They're already way away from the light.
Mm-hmm.
It looks green though.
I don't see how that plant turned into whatever the fuck he was showing. That's wild.
All right, show that next one. We're done with this one. Go. Thank you.
That was a
Look at
metal
that
rack
one.
right there.
See, that's not bad. I mean, again, he should have trained a
Good
lot
looking leaves.
and filled out that lower. If he would have filled out that lower trellis, he would have been coming in fucking hot, just full.
Yeah, he just got a bad training strategy. His training strategy, his regimen is just not good. Like he's got healthy plants coming up, but he's ending up with whatever the fuck he's ending up with. I thought this was a long story, but it's not. He does it really quickly.
And if you see, look at the stems and everything that's in there.
Healthy.
They look good, right? And then the first video we watched, they all looked woody. They all looked fucked up, right? And that's after. And the only thing he did was defoliated. So you tell me how good that was to the plants. It wasn't good. They didn't like it.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. Well.
Again, that's just weird to me that whole front side is so short compared to the. Stretch those branches out. Fuck it. Go to the next. Oh, fuck. He's got runaways. He's got fucking.
So here's one of my concerns. He's using Power Director, which is only like $15 a month. Look, it's $15 a month to get the pro service, and he's not using it, but he has this nice ass room. What the fuck is really going on?
You're spending money in the wrong spot, kid.
So maybe it's the program. Maybe it's not really the plants and shit.
You're stepping over dollars to pick up nickels.
No, I'm saying I use Power Director also, but I pay for the premium. It's like $15 a month. And he obviously doesn't pay for that. He uses the free version, but he has this nice ass room. Like, what are we doing?
When you go to upgrade to the fucking premium version, use code creative. Save 10%.
Use code middle finger emoji.
Yeah.
But you gotta spell it out. Yeah, see, there's a propane tank right there on the ground.
Propane.
Yeah, he's got fucking. He probably uses a CO2
generator. Yeah, CO2 burner.
See it right there.
You know, the only thing he's missing is like a nice little fucking.
Would also explain it. You know, that would also explain some of that fucking stretches. He has CO2 burning in there. And
I figured out the problem.
Not enough power from the lights, and
I figured it out
at the roots.
All these are wrong. All this is all our concepts have been wrong the whole time. The whole issue is he does not have a 7.1 or 11.1 Dolby Digital system in there playing birds. All right,
I agree. Like if he had that, or if it was playing like rain,
it has to be full surround sound.
Yeah, the rainforest.
Yeah, that's what he's missing. If he had that, he would have the whole package. Could you imagine?
See, look, he needs to get Bluetooth speakers. He needs to get Bluetooth speakers and put on all those poles.
He needs to add some iron.
Shit. He does.
Sync them up. Hey, look.
Yeah, see how the leaves, different color of leaves? That's not healthy. The super dark leaf and then the light leaf.
Yeah.
Good God.
I don't know. I feel like maybe an 11.1 or a 7.1 would probably do that room pretty good. You gotta have one sub.
He can't put a cover on he can't put a cover on that fucking outlet right there.
And if he could get a good gimbal and auto stabilize some of this picture,
Oh
it
God,
would be a
it's
lot
making me
better.
dizzy. Making me dizzy. Dude, that
That's what I was
looks
saying.
gross.
Like the Power Director has a stabilizer thing in the premium version where he could just hit stabilize video and it'll come out smooth as fuck.
He got
I
him
think
He can
on
even
my
AI
like
re-render it
this.
and make it even better, where it'll
all
perfect all the colors and everything.
of his money's right there in that room. He's broke.
Oh fuck! I didn't even think of that. You're probably right. That's why he needs a free version.
Yeah.
He's trying to recoup with these grows. It needs about 10 years.
Yeah, he's gonna
Recoup.
need about 8 years to get to recover costs, and then 2 more years to cover utilities.
By then, TikTok will be banned, so they probably quit making
Well,
content.
it'll be owned by Trump Corp. Wouldn't that be a kick in the ass if Donald Trump's company buys TikTok?
I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump's company bought the government and started running it.
Hell yeah. It's been working out pretty good so far.
Oh
Who's
yeah, they
Donald
pretty
Trump?
much took everything over, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was a hostile takeover. If you ever see one? Fucking
Right.
A.
You guys are
Regardless.
fired.
He doesn't know how to train correctly. He doesn't understand the concept of bringing the runaways to the outside and putting the short ones up through the middle. You see the short ones on the outside, and then you got taller ones in the middle.
He can't see the future. That's his problem.
He's missing a time-lapse camera is what's going on. Uncle says he would also benefit from a time-lapse camera. That's what he needs. That's what it is. If he had the time-lapse camera, he'd be able to see how healthy they were and then how shitty they got all in one video.
Oh, you gotta just touch it, doesn't it?
He touches all the hair. He loves touching the
Stop
hair.
touching it.
Oh,
Just quit fingering the girls, my man. Come on.
Jesus. You gotta go in there and just Twitter on them, right? Like,
Just
fucking leave
leave
them
them
alone.
alone.
It's like,
Touch
I want to
it,
make
touch
sure
it.
this bud doesn't develop perfectly. I want to make sure this bud doesn't develop perfectly. Oh, this bud
Look
needs
And
to not develop perfectly.
he's telling
I
you
don't care
all
as long as
about
my
it. Look,
fingers stink when I'm done.
Oh, he's using the 3-inch square net and then the 6-inch on the top. He's thought it all through.
He's got a propane burner, it looks like.
Mm.
yeah, you see the
Like he was
propane
asleep.
thing.
Propane. I seen a propane bottle in there.
Were you asleep a minute ago?
Who?
You. Where were you?
I don't
Yeah,
know
we
why.
were talking about that propane bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear you. My bad. I didn't hear you. I was probably doing something.
That
Look at the
motherfucker was
note
on.
space.
He was focused on it. He was watching what's her name? Dumpkugel. He was watching Dumpkugel on fucking live right now.
This is very interesting. What he like, I wonder. I mean, I don't want to know. It's just interesting to see him do all these things and wonder what he's talking about.
And he's trying to, they gotta tell you all the fuck about it too. Like he knows really.
How long does it take to strip one of those plants, do you think?
How long is this? Oh Jesus!
Yeah, so I'm saying, like,
35,
what
man.
in the fuck is he saying? What are we doing? His fucking
For
story
35
time?
minutes? Manic. It's manic.
See, he's
Oh,
Oh, he plucked the eyebrows right off of her.
dude, are you
Golly.
fucking shitting me?
Hmm.
No
Oh, yeah.
way.
Yeah. Plucked all the
No
eyebrows right.
way.
That was a figment of your imagination. You did not.
God damn it! I went too far. Damn it! The shock factor's gone.
You let him see
No
the
fucking
majestic.
way.
It's no good anymore.
I
I
think this
forgot
is
that
the-
it was
I
that
think this
bad
is the
because of
video-
how decent they look. You know?
I think this is the video that when we found him.
Teach me how to Swazi. Teach me how to Swazi.
Bro, I almost forgot that it was going to get that bad until I was reminded there.
Oh my god! Oh, that was horrible, right? Like I'm shaking. Like what? The
Yeah, that's
fuck?
what I'm saying. That kind of fucked me up for a second. I can't even take this dude seriously anymore. How can you do that? Like somebody I know personally did that to their garden one time in flower.
Oh my god!
And I said, "What the fuck did you do that for?"
Look at that.
Dude, he stripped every leaf off of it.
What the
I
fuck?
think he stripped every node off too.
Bro, he stripped
lot of 'em.
every fucking leaf off these plants. Oh my god.
Oh,
So
he's
this
a
is the
ninja.
kind of guy. This is the kind of guy that goes to the beach and builds those fabulous sandcastles and then kicks it in.
How long did that take? That had to have been fucking a pure 2-hour sesh right there.
Oh, he's a
Easy.
fucking ninja.
Do you feel like you have to feel morally retarded after you do something like that? Like you
Oh,
just
He's a
built
maniac.
an award-winning
God.
How can you-
sandcastle.
Dude,
Then
that
you're
was
just
probably
gonna go
3-4
fucking sit
hours.
down.
How can you look at that and think that that's okay?
Imagine the
Big
time that went into
Especially with the
plucking
plant
each one
next
Go
off.
to the comments. Go to the comments. Let's see who's number one here.
Ooh, I'm just feeling kind of oozy. Hold on.
Somebody check the comment section.
Oh my god, it's such a big plant that turned into nothing. God, wait.
Well, and we seen the
Look,
first video, right?
He's got a trellis net above him too.
Golly.
At
Look at that
5
secondary
weeks,
over there doing
we've
nothing.
seen it. We've seen it at 5 weeks of flower. You see how this
Look at that
turns
little-
out. That's why we're always preaching, don't fucking strip your leaves.
Yeah, this is just quite ridiculous. Like, this dude started out on a decent foot, just needed to figure some things out on timing, and turned it into fucking a
just-
total failure. This is crazy.
Oof.
I mean, at least he's gonna make it through flower, but dude, that's you fucking.
And
I don't know
explain-
what the hell you're thinking.
Explain to me why is the plant so damn old for being in hydroponics?
Winning. There is no nutrients getting pumped up there good. It's all osmotic pressure right now. It has no pumps. There's
No,
no,
the center
no-
of the stalks will be a
Oh.
round hole like a straw.
yeah, but it takes something to pull.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh
And
yeah,
those
yeah, yeah,
leaves
yeah.
are what
So
draw the fucking moisture up the stalk.
yeah, I see what you're saying. So like, it's like a pump, and the only
And
way
you-
to get
you
anything to
stop
come
making
through it
too
is to
much
let
sense.
off water through the
And then-
leaves. And if there's no leaves, then you're not
Yeah.
pulling through the plant.
Because you get the
Oh.
vacuum of transpiration when the fucking
Yep.
stomata
Look
open in the
at
leaf.
this.
The bud
Look
doesn't
at
open
that.
and fucking breathe.
Oh
You guys
my
stop making too
god.
much sense. That's not the way it works.
What's not
Oh
the way
my
it
gosh.
I said, stop making too much sense. That's not the
Oh.
way it works.
Oh, sorry. I was like, yeah, because without the stomata opening up in the leaves, you're not gonna get the pull, the vacuum that sucks the moisture up the fucking stalk. I mean, you'll get it forced up there because you pile it on there, but it's not the same thing.
Bro, this is definitely shocking, Litwit.
It's not
Like
the same.
it doesn't matter whether or not you want to be a really positive individual and you like came straight out of church today and you showed up here and watched. If you see the difference between what just happened in this garden, you know that's a mistake, a big one too. It's not a small one.
You see, those would have been
watched-
colas if they had
We want him to
leaves.
do better.
We-
You know, he has so much
we
potential
watched
here.
the
You only want
first
him to do
one.
better.
We watched the most
Those three
recent
buds
video
at the
where
top.
he's at week 5.
You see that? That will turn into a cola. All those tips would turn into colas if they had the leaves on them.
Oh,
If you had a pump there, that would be at least a quad. You'd get
What do you,
You know,
think?
4 gram, 5 gram buds, but
Do you
they
think
won't
the
even
bu-
connect.
Do you think the bud growth just keeps growing right along while it grows new leaves? No.
No,
You just stunted the bud growth to grow. So the energy's going to now it's got to grow new leaves.
And
Because
all
you
your
know-
leaves are going to grow in your buds now.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that'll never connect like it should have. And you fucked that up. You fucked that up. You fucked that up. It's okay. You fucked it up. It's yours. You can do that, but you fucked that up.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it now, bro. I'm an anti-swazzer. If you like swazzing your plants, bro, I just can't agree with that type of shit. It's not that I dislike you as a person. I just don't like the type of shit you do. You know, like swazzing is not okay. It's fucking insane, bro. It really is. It doesn't even make it. Even if you're a good grower and you keep doing it and you perpetuate that and you have good grows or whatever, man, you're still crazy, bro. That's crazy shit. Why are you doing this? Nobody does this in any
We see-
horticultural practices. For what? Not like this.
We've seen that.
So maybe at the end of
Well,
flower, you
okay.
might do some defoliation, not right as it's going in. That's kind of wild. Like right when you're about to go take a race, you know, you're about to go do a foot race. I need you to do 1,000 push-ups right now in the sun with no water. And then you can go run the race. It's like doing that or something. It doesn't even make sense. Like right before you're about to
Here,
actually need to perform.
So you
I'm gonna
see,
destroy
everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen it before he defoliated, when he defoliated, and now this is week 5. And this is what happens when you fucking Swazi.
Yeah, that's
I
very
mean-
disappointing, guy. I mean, I'm saddened to even have seen this.
But we're all fucking crazy.
Like it's like, you
That-
know,
That's week 5 of flower. I mean, and you tell me what happened. Why does his plants look like that? Anybody out there, you seen them before he Swazied. You seen how green they were. You seen, yeah. But the only thing I could say
Well,
was
no
they
matter
need a
what
little
they
bit
say.
better training. But they were. This is what happens when you fucking Swazi.
Instead of training, he just swazed. So instead, he just let them grow straight up through the trellises, no training. He is not using the trellis to separate branches, and he just swazed. That's all he did. So like, with all the effort that went into the swaz, if he would apply that towards training, bro, he'd probably be killing it in a
Oh, these
whole
nets
nother
would
level.
be full. These
Yeah.
nets would be full with big fucking buds, and he would have did it quicker.
Well, he's got some buds on here.
Get closer. It looks
not
bigger.
what he could have had though. He robbed himself.
There he goes, touching them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stop putting your fingers up to them. It makes them look even smaller.
Yeah. Now, is this Carl?
Now, can please somebody? Does everybody
This guy
understand
doing
why
the
we
Clark
always
School of
say
Growing?
don't fucking defoliate like that? Like, don't Swazi. This is
this
a
guy
perfect
following this
example.
Clark School- Is this guy following the School of Clark?
Huge plants, small buds. Look at that. Look at how small that bud
Oh,
was.
what is he doing? He just smashed the fucking
If he would
top.
have showed up at the School of Crop, he would have had.
There
He
he
just
goes again.
smashed the top there too.
He won't listen to any of us, dude. We've tried to help this dude fucking because he has potential. He does have potential.
Oh, he's got all
Right.
the equipment for sure.
A person that doesn't learn from their mistakes or doesn't see that they've made any does not have potential.
You know,
This is
if
true.
this guy would
You are
listen,
right
There's
there.
listen to, if this guy would just take some advice and just listen to New York John, fuck, that room would be fucking.
Dude. He can kill it.
You squashed your potential when you gave up the ability to hear things.
Wow, look at that.
I thought
Yeah,
that
that's
was
a
Carl
fact.
too.
That's a fact, ADHD. If you can't move past
Recognize, yeah.
and recognize
I
something,
agree. I agree.
you
I
really
was
just
that
you're
way.
kind
I
of
stand
stuck.
I
corrected. I stand corrected.
I was
Because
that way.
you want to try to help someone, but when they go, they don't see it.
It's like
now you're not doing
I can
anything.
see the potential. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
see that there is potential, but he can't see what he's doing wrong.
yeah. If he can't see the potential, then he just can't see it. It's
He
like
just doesn't-
trying to
he
tell
can't see
somebody
how
that they
much
got a
he's
problem,
doing.
and they're like, "No, I don't."
That's basically him. That's exactly him.
That's
We
it.
are all
Yeah.
retarded. We're all blocked. We're all dude. We're all fucking stupid.
See, I
Can't
don't even
block
try
me.
to
I've
go.
never been there.
Yeah, I've never been to his channel neither. I mean,
We've spent all this time on him, so everybody go over there. He's already got like 10,000 subscribers, but go over there and fucking subscribe and watch him.
no, I don't want to watch.
I always like to. But
Yeah, you wanna
it proves our point, you know,
So
of
so
what
here's
happens
something
when you
that
Swazi.
here's something I want to say on a positive note. If you want to see a guy that learns from his mistakes and has empirical data, there's a guy you can watch on YouTube that has that. And he doesn't think that he knows it all. He's kind of cocky and arrogant, but he's Canadian. Well, he's not Canadian, but he lives in Canada. That's a good GrowDaddy, GrowDaddy.com or GrowDaddy.
TV.
GrowDaddy GrowDaddy TV on YouTube. That guy has pretty good looking plants and all the fucking information to back up what he did to them. Which, you know, that's kind of creepy.
And it's
very
put
it's very
together.
creepy.
It's his videos and his lives are put together really well. They're
He
organized.
does. I never seen him do any lives. He just puts out a weekly video on the progress. That, as far as I know, but I mean, he has all the empirical data to go along with his growth. So he doesn't think he knows it all. But I'm telling you what, his plants look 10 times better than that. 10 times better than that.
You know, some bullshit. I don't even know if I can go into Canada without going to the border and applying to go into Canada.
Why? You have no passport?
No, I'm a felon.
Oh yeah, you can't get a passport then, right?
No, they can, but you got to go to the border and then you got to talk and they got to do it one-on-one with you, with somebody there to go through your cases, how long it's been and stuff like that. And then they can choose whether or not to let you in. So according to the kinds of felonies I have, I can go into Canada, but they have to approve me to go in.
Yeah.
And then I can't be a resident. I can only be there on a visitor pass only.
Yeah, you
Isn't
just
that wild?
accidentally drop a couple $100 on the table and fucking they let you in.
Nah, you'd be all right. They won't deny you unless
No,
you
they
know.
won't deny me. I ain't had convictions in a long ass time. My convictions are long enough when if I apply for a job, they don't even know I have any felonies unless they do like a real long record check.
Blinded by science.
Sweet.
Bro, science.
Yeah.
You can't if you're a felony. That's some bullshit.
Bullshit.
But again, on that one guy, that guy ain't trying to teach nobody how to grow either. You know, he just shows you what he does, and then fuck all whatever you got going on.
That's the best way to show somebody though. Like,
Yeah.
how does somebody who's really good at fucking doing tricks on a dirt bike teach someone how to do that other than just doing it and showing up?
Just watch me do it until you get it.
Yeah, you'll figure out a process to get there, you know, because they had to figure out a process to get there, but they can't just like, hey, yeah, you just go out there and do this because you'll get hurt, you know?
And I mean, you know, there's
So with
good ways
growers,
to teach and good examples, and there's also like a fuck ton of bad examples, and this guy is a bad example of a way to grow, and so is Levels, his channel. I mean, I don't want to shit on his channel or whatever, but like he gives you a lie. He's fluffing you guys, and I don't think he's doing you a good service by doing that to you.
yeah, I
and
quit watching him.
really call you out on what you do wrong, and that would help you instead of just lie to you and let you continue down a path of fucking foolishness.
Yeah, I quit watching him when I seen that he put out a video showing how much he harvested, but one of the pictures in the video was the same exact picture as another picture. It was like identical pictures. So then he was adding up all the weight, and he did his own numbers on the video where he was showcasing all four of these pictures being added up, but two of them were the same picture though, of the same weed. So then, yeah, there was a discrepancy there, and then, you know, he wasn't willing to pull that back or anything like that. So I was like, okay. So then you just did some real trickery ass lying shit that if someone I knew personally did some trickery shit to me like that, I'd punch him in the mouth. Like, if you're trying to play me, bro, I'm not trying to play games with you. That's stupid as fuck. So I just
20,
quit watching completely.
60,
I don't like shit like that. That's dumb as hell.
120. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dumb as hell. That'd be like, you're like, say you're my roommate, and then you lie to me about like some crazy ass shit. You know what I mean? To try to say, oh, you know, I make enough money for the rent, and then all of a sudden rent comes up, you don't have enough money at all. Like, bro, what the fuck are you on?
You on some crazy shit. You better have that rent money, or you don't live here.
You get what I mean, though? Like, it's
Yeah.
like that kind of. Like, why even say something if it's not
Well, I
true?
mean, yeah, just be real about it. You just got to be real about it because honestly, like you can lie to everybody else, but you really, if you lying to yourself and you believe that, that's even worse. Then you're delusional.
Yeah, people want to be
Right.
nice to everybody and be inclusive to everybody. But honestly, real talk, if you're like that, what will happen is you'll get the wrong people around and they'll start to mess up the culture. They'll start to mess people up. So if
That's
you
right.
allow bad characters to be around in your community, then you make your community worse because you're not policing it correctly. So like, you know, people who are liars, people who are trying to fucking steal your shit or fucking deceive you
Yep.
in ways, they shouldn't
Scam
be in the
artists.
community. They should be exiled. That's all there is to
Well,
it. And if you don't think that way, you don't have to. There'll be people who think that way for you.
That's
and
right.
they don't understand, like, by fluffing a number like that and saying you got a pound when you never did, what happens now when you do hit that pound? Well, you don't get to celebrate that because you already made the false claim that you got it. So now you got to be just like, oh yeah, the pound is always there.
Yeah.
You know, like, no, you know, like,
Yeah, it's
there's
kinda weird.
different ways that, you know, you start feeling better when you're doing better, you know, like, oh fuck yeah, you want to be able to share that with people. But if
Yeah,
you already
yeah.
lied and did all that, now your excitement's gone. I mean, like, when you really do it,
Rob the real dopamine.
you just
You
kill
do.
yourself.
He said dodo. Dodo.
All right, that'd be like, look, let's say I know you guys, and then I tell you guys, yeah, I can jump my mountain bike. I'm real good at it. And I show you some pictures of me coming up off of a jump, but I'm never in the air. And then me landing, but I'm never in the air. And you guys believe it, right? And then one day
How do
we
you
all go out and
land?
ride, and I can't fucking jump. I'm scared. And you guys
How do
all
you
jump. You
land?
guys would be like,
You're
you
not
little
in the air.
fucking shit. You know what I mean? You wouldn't even look at me like your peer anymore. You look at me like a kid, like a juvenile. You know what I mean?
We already do.
Shit.
Well, you look at everyone like that because, you know, you still wear a diaper. But it is what it is.
Why you gotta tell people about my depends?
Well,
Listen, I understand that the bucket.
I wish I had
You
to
know.
wear a diaper. I ain't gonna lie at
You
this
said
point.
depends. We saw you with the
Wish
huggies
you had
on.
a shut up. Don't say that about yourself.
with the snuggies, he's got his own.
I
you
wish
with
I could wear a diaper. Fuck that.
No,
With-
what my point of that statement was is I wish I could shit.
Well,
Did you eat any Epsom salt yet?
No, I got some belly welly.
Why you at? Listen, why are you denying it, dog? Listen, all these people make all those products so you don't eat Epsom salt because it's fucking a nickel. Mm.
Now he's in there looking at the Epsom salt and they're like, oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like-
you know what
like
Epsom
imagine-
salt, you know what salt does to things that are a little too moist, right? Or things that are a
Dries
little
them
too...
out.
Yeah, brother.
Oh,
Yeah, brother.
I would want to be nutty. That first fucking shit's gonna be a killer.
Yeah, brother. So that or diatomaceous earth. You could eat some DE. Honestly.
Eat my ass.
Well, listen, if you got parasites, the DE will kill the parasites.
I don't
It's
have parasites.
great.
I got fucking clogged intestines.
all right. So if you ever been incarcerated
That's
before,
what-
and the first time you get incarcerated, you don't shit for like 3-4 days for some reason.
He's all,
Man, listen, when I get
He's all-
incarcerated, it's that I'm on dope. I'm shitting for the first fucking 2 months I'm there.
That's how
Oh,
they know
really?
you're dope.
Shit, I go there. I'm so fucking depressed and I'm so anxious. I can't even fucking shit for like 2-3 days.
Speaking of being backed up in prison, like, whoa,
Ruh-roh.
That's from having your shit crammed.
No,
it's
no, I don't partake in any gay activities. Nothing wrong. I don't have anything wrong with gay people, but I'm anti-gay. So
Poor Nugget, he gonna that first shit. He might have to go get a couple stitches put in. It's gonna be rough.
He said you're gonna have to get sutured. We're gonna have to close your taint.
It's gonna be like fucking giving birth.
You're gonna figure out how come you got that seam on your balls all the way back to your asshole. They're gonna stitch it back closed.
I think what's going to happen is you're going to be reminded how much you hate wiping your own ass.
I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. Listen. Go get that fucking. Listen, go get the fucking Epsom salt and eat it. Put it in warm water and drink it real quick.
Make you shit the sheets.
Well, you ain't gonna shit the sheets, but it's gonna fix your problem pretty quickly.
would-
Remedies always work, brother.
I would say go get you some fucking instant coffee, even though you don't like it. Put about 5 shots of instant coffee inside about a half a shot of water and chug that bitch. And literally within 10 minutes, you're guaranteed to be shit. Ain't no way. Your body cannot fucking handle that much fucking coffee, caffeine. And they like people do that shit. Look, I've seen people do that shit before where they do like the double, quadruple, like 5 espresso shots in one fucking cup. Are you kidding me?
Episiotomy, that's the word. An episiotomy after that.
Stick his finger in his butt and it's just gonna start going. Oh, I feel bad. How long has it been? Like a week. Oh.
Yeah. Lincoln.
He said Lincoln.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and have to get off here. I got some shit I gotta do.
So
Man,
no show.
he's jealous.
No show today, I guess.
Yeah, only Monday through Thursday.
All right.
Monday through Thursday. It actually it makes it for me on my side of it all. It's a lot better.
10 days. Oh my god.
And
I'd
this
be
is
dying.
Well, it's good to see you, brother. You had a good show last night.
Just
it
so
was
everybody knows, Nuggy really hasn't taken a shit because all the jokes about the Nuggy bucket, Nuggy really don't have a butthole.
You guys are making him feel upset.
Oh,
No, it's been like 10, 11 days.
It's got a shy starfish.
ooh. Would you
I've
switch to
twice
Nuggy bucket or something?
Have you called a
I
doctor, bro?
I
Have you talked to a
switched buck-
fucking doctor?
Yeah, he's
Well,
been
of
to
course
the
I talked to the doctor.
All right, because that's a long fucking time, dude.
Yeah, you
Come
think
on,
so?
it ain't a
Because you
long
know your
time.
body can go septic, right? Like you can actually fucking die from not shitting.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Dude,
I'm just
my
making
ex old lady went like 87 days without shitting.
fuck?
Her
You guys
stomach
are
was
fucking
so
fucking my head
hard.
up right now.
Whoa.
Mine's from medication.
So
I mean, I ain't
listen,
gonna lie. If I could
listen.
shit less, that'd be kind of cool, right? Because I got to shit every day.
All right, dog. Are you ready? Are you ready? You're gonna have to do the Adam IRL, and you're gonna have to go put some champagne in your asshole.
Oh my
I'm out of here. Later, guys.
You're gonna have to go plunge.
Later.
The wine bomb.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wine bomb it, dog. The bubbles will break it loose.
Keister.
Yeah, there's another word for it, but
That's why I got the belly welly.
I call it the
Yeah, but how is that?
IRL.
How is it? How is it?
What's
Do you
up,
feel
dog?
any do you feel any activity in your stomach?
Creators
Does
like
it rumble?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've had a couple rumblings going on in my
Yeah.
belly. Yeah,
Okay. It's working then. It's working.
it sucks, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've shit like twice, and it's been like a fucking quarter-sized brick.
He's building the house.
Hey, that high protein
crazy.
diet's a real bitch.
He's building a fucking brick house.
Yeah, that high protein fucking it'll beef bomb your fucking insides.
Mm.
Creatine. Oh, fuck. Have you ever eaten a Met RX, a Metrix bar? or a
No,
or a
I got a
fucking or a Cliff
protein
bar.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
Jesus
I've had a Cliff.
Ugh. Nuggy's gonna try and shit out a Cliff bar.
Yeah, but
Not
it's
gonna
gonna
be
come
fun.
out like the size. It's gonna be as round as a Solo cup.
One
Fucking-
Nuggy, 2 cups.
He's gonna need a handle or something to hold on to squeeze onto. Like, fucking,
Holy shit. That's funny. That's funny as fuck.
like going into labor. I don't feel for him at all.
Yeah. Who said it? Somebody said it up there. Zib. I bet it was Zib. He said, "Oh yeah, he's gonna need an episiotomy." Yeah, yeah, there he is.
Ooh, he might have to get a C-section.
That's fucked up.
Nuggy's
Oh.
like, you're fucked.
Deliver this baby. Get it out of me. That's fucking crazy. That is crazy though. What do you think it is, Nug? You think it's the high protein diet? You're on all that beef diet, right? Where you ain't eating shit but fucking meat and eggs. Or... Oh, never mind. You already told me.
Yeah.
Remember. Yeah. Klondike bar. He said it didn't come out like a Klondike. It doesn't come out like a fucking Tootsie Roll. A giant Tootsie Roll. It's gonna splash and then iceberg back up and touch him on the butt. Called a buoyant bob. You know. Return of the Snake. Wow. Man, that's fucked up. Creative leaves and the show just goes all sideways. Like, there goes the show. Nobody's talking now. Just me rambling. Really weird out loud.
Yeah.
Really weird for everybody else to get to hear it. Ah!
Like, oh shit, am I still talking out loud? Are we still live?
Are we live? Yeah, we're live. Yeah. Yeah, that guy's in the wrong gear, in the wrong buckets, at the wrong speed, going downhill in that fucking room. So I don't know what you can tell him. He ain't gonna want to listen, and even if he did,
Are you gonna do any good?
how long is it gonna take to turn it around?
I mean, you can go and you can look at people's plants on YouTube. And when you look at their plants and you look at that, you go, oh, hell yeah, I'm fucking winning. I mean, that's...
Well, depending on where you go on YouTube, if you go over to Level's place, they're all starting to look about the same. It's mostly like that. No leaves, no eyebrows, no buds. Well, no colas. I like how the word cola keeps getting shortened. Like, a cola is supposed to be more than a... That's not a cola. Yeah. Look at these colas, guys. That's not a cola. I don't know what you think a cola is. It's not that. That's garbage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even... Yeah, I don't even know what to say about it. I seen it this morning and it was like, oh shit, that's it, 5 weeks? And then it was like, oh shit. Then you go back and you see where it all started. And you go, oh.
Heads up, tomorrow's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, or you don't know, or you don't care. It's Mother's Day tomorrow. Call your mama. if you can. You're one of the lucky ones that can still talk to your mama. Talk to her.
Tomorrow's the day you can say word to your mother.
That's right. I'm into it. Ugh. What's up, Uncle? My third Mother's Day. No, I'm sorry, brother. Yeah, listen, but it's a good day to remember. You know, all the good times. They was always on their. They was always happy to see you on Mother's Day. You know, Mom's is always doing her best on Mom's Day. I'll hug my mom extra tight for you, though.
Don't hug her too
They're gonna-
tight. Yeah, shit. My mom's been gone for like 16 years.
Damn, bro, it's rough.
So,
I'm lucky to still have mine. I don't know what I'd do without her, bro. Rudderless ship, I think. Yeah, I'm a lucky guy, I guess. I'm sorry that yours is.
word to your mother.
It's a good day for memories, though. You know?
Memories.
As long as you got memories, you still got something, brother. Still got something. The Brazilian steakhouse, that's around $100 per person. Dog, my homie just went to a Brazilian steakhouse. Zib, you better not be my buddy. I mean, you're fine as being my internet friend, but you better not be my homie and fucking trolling me under a fucking account.
I'm telling you, he's that guy that fucking was out weed eating the grass.
Dog.
He's your neighbor.
Listen, I just had this conversation with what's his face yesterday. He was like going to the Brazilian steakhouse. He was like, it's delicious. I'm gonna take Mom's, I think. We had this conversation. I had this exact same conversation with my homie yesterday. I mean, life is too weird. Too many coincidences.
I guess you're gonna have to take Mom to the Brazilian steakhouse.
Bro, is it good? Is the Brazilian steakhouse any good? I mean, like, if it's delicious,
I
I'm
don't
down.
know.
They walk around with all these these fucking cuts of different meats and shit, and you get to eat the.
It's got steak in the name. It sounds like it'd be good.
Oh, it's like a meat buffet. Most Brazilian steakhouses are just like
Oh,
all
I'm down.
different cuts of meat on.
You don't have to have no sides. Like lobia, meat.
I mean, you can get sides. They walk around with sides too. With it's just like fuck getting up and going to get food. You just like bring it here, and they bring that shit over.
Oh yeah, but what, you gotta rent a wheelchair just to get the fuck out of there though?
I mean, you would have to give me a wheelchair to get me out of there, I think.
Yeah, I'd be so fucking full.
I don't think you could eat as much steak as I'm gonna pack in. That chicken, I mean,
Or
they
if they
had, I was going over the menu. They had some really good options, and I was like, "Fuck, man!"
What if they got a cot in the back? I can just fucking take a nap and start over.
They gave you 90 minutes.
Oh, 90 minutes.
Yeah, you get 90
Ooh.
minutes.
You give me a timeline now, I'm really gonna eat.
Yeah, I'm putting it away. Well, they figure if you do it too fast, I think that the longer you stay, the more you can eat because you've actually allowed it to settle. So they give you 90 minutes. So, like, you don't dawdle and you get full fast.
You no eat no more. You get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably not Brazilian.
Sounds about the same. I mean, depending on which Brazilian steakhouse you go to. No, it's not Gaucho Steakhouse, but that would be dope. That's not the one he was telling me about. Okay, all right. You're in the clear, Zib. You're in the clear. I thought he was trolling me. Thought you was my homie trolling me.
Oh, I'd have been laughing.
Dog, yeah. But it's just, coincidences, and it's hard to believe in coincidences. That's how that goes. Nuggy, was that Nuggy that just dropped off?
I think so. Did he just have to go take an emergency shit?
Yeah. He got the yummy bummy. He got the tummy bummy.
He got that tummy rumbling.
Yeah. Let me go get a belly blaster.
Ooh.
No, boo. No, I think this place called Rico's or something. Rico's Brazilian Steakhouse or something. I don't know. That's the one I was talking about. But it was fire. It looked fire. $100 a person. That's a good meal. Getting full. I ain't taking no kid there for no $100 a plate meal though.
Yeah, he gonna want a cheeseburger or something.
Yeah, the motherfucker gonna be like, y'all got hot dogs?
Yeah,
I don't like food.
can I get a grilled cheese? Like, what?
Just gonna eat French fries all day. Motherfucker just gonna sit there at the plate and eat French fries for $100. I kick your ass. Better get a steak.
Mom's lucky she's getting that ready to go.
Right. That sounds good though.
No,
They got that one. Yeah, homie was talking about it. It's in Springfield. Rico's Brazilian Steakhouse. It would be pretty good. Not the far drive. And they're having a fucking cannabis event today at the lake as well.
Yep, 13.
14 or 13 something. Yeah.
13. Cannabis 13.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna pack up my shit and go down there for 420. Just roll up real quick and see what's going on. I ain't gonna stay there all day. Like, I don't know. I don't know the point of getting there at 11 o'clock. I don't want to be around nobody at 11 o'clock like that.
B9 Grows is going to be there.
Yeah. It'll be there at 420. I'm going to go out there and probably catch like a pound or two in the fucking audience. Welcome to the pound.
Untrained astronaut might be there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You never know.
You better go out there and get some publicity, man. Say, what's up? What's up, Doc? Put me on the show. Nah, fuck that. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to go in and roll through and see what's up. And
I usually go through and don't say nothing to nobody. Except the people that I want to.
you saw the thing last night with those fucking carts that Gigi had? You saw those 2-gram carts? I mean, I got 2-gram carts too, but they don't got that kind of battery, dog. They don't. That's a very nice battery. I got 6-gram carts that got that kind of battery, but
those were like dually carts too.
Yeah, I got dually carts too. Yeah, 2 different kinds. I got one sativas and indicas and shit like that, but like not with that kind of battery. That was very and it had the, like it said Zope and then sour diesel on the other side. Like you could switch between the two. And they had the computer board that showed all that. Like somebody took time to program that shit. That's I'm in that. I like those. Those are nice carts. Let me see if I can find some of those while I'm down there. I bet I can. They got them. I just got little fuckers.
Somebody's got them.
Somebody's got them. They're out there somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder where Dougie went. Well, you can literally say right now, Nuggie is full of shit. He is plumb full.
He is filled to the brim with shit.
It's got to be a shitty situation.
It definitely is. It definitely is. He's got himself in a stinky situation.
Yeah, it's pretty crappy.
Well, let's see how it all plays out, Cotton. Yeah, I saw last night's science experiment with purple bud. Yes.
I've done it.
Very
was so-
interesting. You did that with a super buff cherries. Does that on
Not with
people?
water. Not with water. But remember the post I put up on Instagram?
Yeah. Yeah.
You just squish it a little wet.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean,
It was the purple.
it's a thing. It's a thing.
That shit takes so long. So slow.
What is it?
My tablet's just so fucking slow.
Wow. Yeah. The fuck is this?
Go.
No, it's a whole ordeal. If that's just natural terpenes changing the color red like that fast to look like wine, dog, that was fast, right? You saw that?
Mm.
That shit was quick. And listen, I've
Well-
watched plenty of hash, and I've seen buds turn the water a different color, but it doesn't turn like that, though. Not for me. Not any of the stuff I ever seen done.
I've never seen green. I mean, to me, I didn't see purple until it hit the water. You know, the bud didn't look. I mean, and that just maybe I didn't notice it, but it didn't look purple to me. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, and the water didn't look purple; it looked red.
Yeah, look,
Well,
wine.
and I mean, I understand, where he is, and I trust Gigi to be a man of his word, and it is what it is. But I'm surprised on the same note that that's what happens. I don't think. Right?
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, that was trippy to me.
If it is, it is. If it does, it does. I haven't ever tried that. I assumed that what they were washing off was like spray pack. The spray pack coat.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. I seen them say that.
That's what I thought. And if that's not what it was, then I'm shocked. He said he heard the thud in Nuggy's bucket. I think he's okay now. I don't know. It's been packed up there for a while. He's probably got to shit a couple of bricks. They're probably going to add a porch onto the shack.
That's okay, though. Then he gets to build a fucking add-on.
He says he's out back now. He's backstage. Let him
Okay,
in.
hold on. I'm trying to find a fucking video. Fuck.
They say it's Spray Pack City. But listen, I'm pretty sure that Gigi, I could have misheard, or I may have just fabricated it up altogether, and I don't really know. But I'm pretty sure he said that it wasn't Spray Packs.
No, he said it wasn't. He said it was purple weed.
Purple weed. I mean, and if that's what it is, holy hell, I don't know what I'm doing wrong because, well, I guess I'm going to have to start fucking sticking my weed in water to see what's up.
Holy,
Oh,
who
shit.
you got? Oh,
Huh. I can't find it.
That's all right.
I think I'm way too far.
But
Yeah,
hey,
it's
if I'm
not spray paint.
completely
It's not
honest, I
spray
see.
paint, man.
Yeah.
It's wild though, right? How it washes out like that.
No, it's not. Because you got to think anything that's purple like that in a leaf, the color's going to transfer. So, I mean, the only reason I know this is because of me pressing weed for so long, dude. I've had it happen a bunch.
That was pretty fast with water. You know what I mean? Not saying that it wasn't, but man, I'll have to go get fucking. I guess I'll have to go get a fucking plate and check it out myself and see how it goes. I got purple weed, so I want to know. Can I wash the fucking purple out with just some Evian in my finger, real quick? Ooh. Gigi did it. Input Gigi. I trust his little thing, bro. Like I watched him do it, and I
Right.
believe him as an individual. Like I don't believe him to be the liar type of individual. So if he says it, I'm gonna take him for what he says it was, and I do. I'm just shocked. Are you not shocked? Is everyone not shocked? You guys aren't surprised? I mean, I've spilled water on joints before. I've dropped joints in the toilet, and the motherfucking toilet didn't turn fucking purple. You know, the toilet water didn't turn purple. It's a weird thing, man. You ever drop a joint in a bucket when you're filling up your water buckets? I mean, it didn't dye my fucking water. I'm just shocked that it does that.
Yeah, it seemed quick. I was shocked.
Des? Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like that shit turned into red wine pretty quick. He was playing hemp with GG Jesus, you know? Like it was a thing. I don't know.
It was wild, right? It was pretty.
Yeah, I'm shocked. It makes me want to do the fucking water slurry test with all my weed from now on just to see what's up. I never considered doing that before. Until now. So maybe I'll start recording slurry tests on fucking Instagram. I'll do weed slurry tests every day. New strain. Check it out. You're going to love it. Turns orange. Looks like fucking orange Kool-Aid. Boom. You guys will love it.
Love it.
You guys will love it. I'll just put a little cactusy in there and you guys will fucking eat it up. I'll have 7,000 followers in no time.
You had me at that Jesse.
Whoa. Goddamn filter. Goddamn filter didn't filter shit.
Filter, no filter.
Yeah, the filter didn't filter shit. I just sucked back a piece of weed, but it's kind of like a lane filter too. Just like crutch. Just fucking almost got me.
Oh, that's weird.
Any luck so far? Yeah. Yeah, he's
I got
searching.
fucking too many fucking videos. This is ridiculous. I think I went too.
You did what?
I think I went too far, and then I think I didn't go far enough.
For what?
Oh, I'm looking for that stupid video.
Oh.
I'm probably never gonna find it.
See, what happens to me is it gets turned into one of those this video has been removed type things. So I'm looking for it and I'm never gonna find it in my feed. I sent out that pre-roll, Morty. Did you guys? I sent it out. It was I'm a pre-roll. I'm pre-roll. Rick.
Yeah.
All right.
Shit.
Yeah, I tried to send that to my kid. I can't find it. I thought that shit was funny. I turned myself into a pre-roll, Morty. Pre-roll, Rick. He said, "Oh shit, are you spray packs?" He's like, 100% spray packs, Morty. It was funny.
That's funny. Yeah, I
Can't
think
find it now.
you said it.
Yeah, I sent it around and I tried to send it to my kid. My kid didn't open it, I guess, fast enough.
Don't you press weed ADHD?
Yeah,
I guess you just never pressed it early enough to where you got the purple.
yeah, bro. I wasn't pressing fresh frozen ever. I was always pressing like
No. Sometimes, like if you wait for 5 to 7 days, sometimes you get a little bit early, and it comes out purple water.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I mean, I did that. I did press the super buff cherries and get purple rosin. But like just with water.
Yeah. So we got to think that
Man.
color is going to man.
Whoa.
Yeah, but that was cured weed, bro. That was cured weed that guy had that he had. He had cured weed on a paper plate. And he just splashed it with a little bit of fucking Evian. Like, it didn't take any more than just 10 drops of fucking water to wash out all that color. It surprised me. I mean, if you watched it, if you were there and you watched it, you saw how very little amounts of water he put on it. I'm shocked. I mean, fuck. The only thing that does that where I'm at is Kool-Aid. You know? You put a little bit of water on Kool-Aid and then that shit just, all the water is fucking purple. But
I was wondering why you couldn't hear me. My thing was off. Yeah, no. When he put the water in there and then he put the bud in there, it sat there. You notice how it didn't change colors. He had to fucking push it down into the water, sponge it up, push it down again to get it to come out.
yeah.
You notice when he put the ground up weed in the water, it didn't change right away. It's got to soak that water up, and then that's going to pull the color out.
Yeah. Well, I know it has to get wrung at some point, but no, I was just shocked at it was surprising. It's eye-opening for me. It was an avenue. It was an avenue I have never gone down in my life. Is the water test on a paper plate? But I think it should be a requirement now. I'm adding it to my SOPs. Checking weed with a fucking. I may even go one better and get a Morton pestle, like a little white Morton pestle, and fucking and bust it up in there like that.
I'm just surprised that's shocking to you guys.
Listen, why would you know? I would never know that.
I can see it from like actual purple, like fresh weed, but like you said, like to see it after it's all cured up and
Yeah, but the color's still there. It's just dried out now.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I
Uh,
understand it.
that dude that's on Instagram that's spreading that information that spray packs is false information.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? Is it looked like the same person. It was even the same paper plate.
Well, everybody shops at Walmart, bro.
all right, break out
Coincidence?
a bud. Get your paper plate. I know it'll do it with Super Buff cherries though. All right, I mean,
It'll do it with any purple and weed. You've seen how little purple was in his weed.
yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what shocked me is because it didn't look like there was purple. It looked,
Well,
Yeah.
his camera could have been for shit. You never know.
yeah.
Or lighting. Lighting and camera takes a lot of the. But
Even the green weed turned a little bit of color. Not much of a color, but it did turn a little bit.
fuck. All right. I'm gonna go get some paper plates and try this out. All right, guys, I gotta hop off of here. I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, Ace.
All right.
You got
Well.
it too, Chop.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off too. I've been on for almost
right.
4 hours.
Well,
Yeah,
see you all in fights tonight, UFC 315 if you want to watch.
Ooh,
It'll
yeah.
be good.
Hell yeah, I'll charge up the lappity top.
Yep.
Listen, go eat fucking Epsom salt. Go get Epsom salts.
I'm hoping this shit that I have is working.